Hey, good evening and welcome to beautiful Paytech Park. Boy, is it a gorgeous evening here tonight as the Rhinos get set to take on the Portland Timbers. It is just a tremendous evening. You couldn't ask for much better weather conditions than it is here tonight. Well, the last time these two teams met, and that was in Portland, back on May the 13th, the Portland Timbers came away with a 2-0 victory over the Rhinos, the first and the only time that the Timbers have ever been able to beat the Rhinos. And that was a 2-0 win in Portland. So now, over the course of the last couple of seasons, the Rhinos with a 5-1-1 record against the Timbers, 2-0-1 here in Rochester, 3-1-0 now in Portland. So Portland will be looking to continue that, extend that one-game winning streak against the Rhinos and try to make it 2 in a row. The Rhinos certainly will be looking to avenge that 2-0 loss in Portland. Glad to have you folks along. And for the Rhinos, match number 13 of the season. For the Timbers, only the 8th. They've played the fewest games so far in the league, and they're up amongst the league leaders, so they're sitting pretty right now. But they've played a lot of games at home, and now they're going to have to find out what they can do on the road. Time now for the coach's pregame interview, which is brought to you by Dodge. Grab life by the horns. We're talking with Coach Calloway about last night's game, which was the 2-all tie in Carolina against the Railhawks. And needless to say, coming up with a point once again on the road in very steamy conditions, and he was pretty pleased with the outcome.
Yeah, it was, disappointing to have 2 goals scored against us, but pleasing to come back from them. I mean, it's you hope that you're not going to have to come back from deficits, but we seem to be able to do that this year, and that bodes well for the season in terms of the guys got that never say die spirit. But the conditions were very, very difficult. I understand from their people that it was 95 degrees, probably 90 at kickoff, but the humidity was the killer. It was 95%, which is extremely high. So, and I think both teams suffered in the second half. It was very open in the second half. A lot of chances could have gone either way, and shots pretty even and saves pretty even. So it was a heck of a game for as an advertisement for the league and the 5,000 fans there. I think they thoroughly enjoyed it from what I was hearing after the game.
So now you have to worry about what that weather and the game itself took out of your players for this one, don't you?
Yeah, we do. Portland played last night, but I'm sure they weren't in the same type of conditions we were, although it was pretty hot in the northeast, I understand, yesterday, so we'll see. They had a long bus ride through tonight, got it about 4 a.m., so they've been in bed a little bit longer than we will be. We're going to get maybe 3 hours this afternoon. We left at 5 this morning, and so it's a tough trip. But it's, both teams have had a tough weekend, and at the end of the day, it could come down to just who's got the most heart and who gets the breaks tonight. And but we do have a big field here. We can try to open them up tactically and break them down. They've been very strong this year defensively, one of the best defensive teams in the league.
Hey, Kraft came off injured early in the game last night. How's he doing, all right?
Not good. He won't play. Neither will Kevin Novak, by the looks of it. Alois has been back here, and we understand has not recovered yet. Wildman is out with a meniscus for 3 to 6 weeks, we understand, from the MRI, and Hamid in France is not going to help us. Diallo and Chad Sievers we loaned last week. Had we have known all these injuries were going to come up, we probably wouldn't have loaned him, but you can't predict those things, so I can only use 16 players. We'll probably be able to, at the worst case scenario, we'll probably be able to suit 17 tonight. And I don't think it'll deplete us more than that. And I can only use 16 anyway. So, we got to get the job done. Whoever's in the lineup tonight, and whoever's in the squad, they're the guys that have got to do the job. And they all seem to be able to come in and do that every time we ask it of them. So, looking forward to it and going top of the league, because a win will take us top of the league, at least for 24 hours.
Certainly it must be a boost for your team coming back to Paytech Park to their home field, isn't it?
We don't know where it is. It's 2 games out of 12. It doesn't seem like we've got a home this year yet, so we're going to try and make it our fortress and, obviously hopefully get the lion's share of the points available to us from the 12 games left. So that's 36 points available, is it? And, we got to try and rack up at least 30 of those. And if we do that with 17 already in the bag. 47 for the last 3 years. 47 points has made third place in this league each of those years since they've gone to this configuration. So, 34 more points will probably see us finish top or second. 30 points will see us finish third or fourth, and that's obviously what we're all about. We'd like to finish first.
That's Coach Gary Calloway, as we'll be getting underway very shortly here tonight at Baytech Park with the Rhinos taking on the visiting Portland Timbers. This is the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
Number 13, John.
We are Soccertown, USA. 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 We are Soccertown, USA.
After playing 10 of their first 12 games on the road, the Rhinos are looking for a little home cooking as they finally are playing again on the home pitch. The Timbers have lost only once this season, including a win over Rochester in Portland. From Baytech Park in Rochester, New York, it's the Rochester Raging Rhinos hosting the Portland Timbers. USL First Division Soccer is next. So it'll be a test of who can score and who won't be able to score in this one between these two teams, as they're both actually fairly close in the standings overall also. And, Joe, while Portland is very strong defensively, they got some pretty good offense too, don't they?
Yeah, they have some guys who can score. Andrew Greger mainly leads the way. He's got 5 goals this year. Scored a big goal last night in Montreal. A penalty kick in the 75th minute, Montreal's first loss of the year. So Greger is going to be a guy the Rhinos need to contend with. He's a big, strong midfielder forward type. He's going to be a handful tonight.
And the Rhinos coming up with a couple of goals in their game last night in Carolina. And who's putting them in the net?
Mike Ambersley is the guy I think who's going to be the strike partner for Matthew Delicott. They've tried some other guys up top, but Delicott's been the stalwart. But Ambersley has really found his form, playing well with Matthew Delicott. Beautiful goal, a rocket of a shot last night. So I think Ambersley could be the guy to watch out for the Rhinos tonight.
Well, Ambersley had gone all last season without a point. He's picked up 5 points in the last 4 games, so he's on a roll here. And we talked with the coach of the Rhinos, Laurie Calloway, about the play of Mike Ambersley.
He's doing great. I mean, and that's a big part of it, I think, is the fact that he started on a regular basis, which he never did last year. Last year, he'd got that rookie, inconsistency that a lot of guys, when they come in and have to find a level in the league, portray. And he never got a really long run at the team. Now he's got those 4 games under his belt and he's got 5 goals. Incredible.
So it's the second and final meeting this season between the Rochester Raging Rhinos and the Portland Timbers. It should be a good one, so stick with us. This is the Raging Rhinos Broadcast Network. About to get underway at Baytech Park tonight, the Rhinos taking on the Portland Timbers. Starting lineups are brought to you by Nothbigger Realtors, Rochester's full-service realtor. And starting out in goal for the visiting Timbers is Josh Wicks. He comes into this game with a 4-1-2 record of 0.57 goals against average. The defenders, Leonard Griffin, Scott Thompson, and Justin Thompson. And in through the midfield, Tom Podel, Andrew Greger, Cameron Knowles, Luke Krummelmeyer, and Kiki Lara. And up front, former Rhino Chris Bagley along with Brian Jordan. For the Rhinos, starting out in goal is Chase Harrison, as he enters this match with a 3-2-5 record of 1.20 goals against average. Harrison in goal. And the defensive row will include Kenny Birch, Jason Perry, Scott Falguda, and through the midfield we'll see Kevin Burns, Aaron Lyons, John Ball, Danny Kramer, and John Minyunger. And then up front, Mike Ambersley and Matthew Delicott. It looks like, Joe, that both teams are going with a 3-5-2 alignment, although they do some little fudging here on the sheet.
Yeah, it's just coaches trying to maybe play a tactical game with the other, but I expect to see 4-4-2, especially from the Rhinos. Portland, maybe even bunkering it up a little more. They played last night. The Rhinos played last night, so we'll see what's left in the tank for these two teams tonight.
Now, as far as the Rhinos are concerned, it's what's left on the roster, because injured last night was Kraft. Nate Kraft was injured, and also on the other side, Kevin Novak was injured, so the 2 outside backs were both injured last night and not in the lineup. Chris Aloisi is still out of the lineup as he has been injured the last couple of games. So right now they do line up with Kevin Burns in a central defensive position.
That's why depth is the key here. I think Aaron Lyons is going to play that spot just in front of the stopper. He's going to be the defensive midfielder. Johnny Menyonger will play as the attacking midi behind Delicott and Ambersley.
The Rhinos attacking the net to my left. And in goal down to my right is Chase Harrison. The visiting Timbers in a yellow uniform. The Rhinos in a white with yellow trim uniform and some black trim also as we're underway here tonight at Baytech Park. It's pushed out of the near side by Burns up the left wing to midfield. Palguda rolls it back into the middle for Burns. He'll then go long to the right wing side, switching it to the outside for Ball off his shoulder, chasing the ball down in front. A left-footed chip down inside to the 25. Headed away by Scott Thompson, coming down near midfield, nodded forward by Palguda, and tipped to the outside by Lyons. Across down in front along the 25 once again by Palguda, locked away out to the center circle. Pushed ahead, and the Timbers, they'll drop it back. Gregor in the center circle, sends it off on the left wing side and into Rhino territory. On the far wing as it's pushed forward, pass toward the middle. The Timbers on the attack. On the 35, and now cross to the outside on the near wing for Krummelmeyer. He turns back for the ball as he's watched by Kramer. Lays it to the outside on the near wing for Scott Thompson. Two Thompsons, Scott Thompson, Justin Thompson. They're not related. And the ball now pushed down to the Rochester 20. That's kicked aside by Ball for Burns, and the Rhinos have it. Burns will drop it right back to John Ball, and Burns says, all right, guys, settle it down a little bit here.
It'll be interesting to see Jason Perry, normally a central defender. He's on the right side of defense. We'll see if there's some kind of speed that Portland tries to throw at the normally central defender.
Palguda sends it up to the open left wing side. It rolls down deep in the corner. And out of play. So we'll have a throw in the corner for the Timbers. And their own end of the field, and from 20 yards out, high looping throw in along the near wing, coming down and one hop to midfield. Brought away, pushed forward by Jordan, then knocked away by Perry and out of bounds on the near side. Well, the Timbers coming in with just one loss to their record so far. In fact, last 4 games straight, they have not allowed a goal against. 4 straight shutouts for Wicks. And, well, they're being very stingy as far as the goals are concerned.
And they're being stingy, but Gavin Wilkinson was quoted as saying his defense is not playing bad. He wants to see them possess more from the back and hold on to the ball a little longer. Not sure about that. They got 4 goals against. That's not a bad start to the season.
Send out on the near wing, taken by Krummelmeyer, 20 yards out, near corner of the box, sends it through and out top, moving in. Out top, it's picked up. Here's a left-footed crack at the ball and put high and over top of that by Griffin. So a long, hard, high shot is over top and out.
It's a good crack there with the left foot from Griffin. John Ball and Jason Perry a little too deep in the Rhinos' defensive third. And Griffin utilizing that space, takes a hard shot with the left, just not on the frame.
Kramer back on the pitch here tonight. Hasn't seen much action for the last 2 games. Had been out injured. And a little bit of a problem getting back into the lineup. Now the ball is played along the near wing, but tipped again into the stands on the near side. A throw in for the Rhinos. Moving up for the throw in is Delicott. Plays it back out to around 40 yards out on the near side for Burns. He'll roll it off in the middle and trying to sneak it through his Menyonger, but his pass knocked down. Still they battle on the near side. It's Menyonger chipping it down, looking for the through ball to Ambersley at the near corner of the 18. Lays it out there for Kramer. Takes a look, pass off, and Lyons is upended as he went to shoot. Pushed down inside again by Ball, but nobody there able to get a shot away for the Rhinos. As Burns is tackled out at the 35 and taken down with like a bull rider. He's pulled down by Bagley, the former Rhino, and the foul is called, a free kick for the Rhinos.
The Rhinos do get a free kick here, but on that last build-up, too many touches at the top of the 18. Kramer, Lyons, someone's got to have a go there. You're at the top of the 18. At this level, that's easily a shot.
Lyons with the left foot, down inside the 18, headed back, and out the near corner by Thompson. Turning after it, Palguda along the near side as he's chased deep to the corner by Krummelmeyer. Palguda looking for the cross, knocked down to the end line, then deflected out in front. There's a shot in. He scores! Aaron Lyons, a side volley kick, off one hop, puts it in the upper right corner. Ball came right to him, and he buries it, and the Rhinos take a 1-0 lead.
Don, this can really open things up here. Palguda gets a nice block there from Krummelmeyer. Then Krummelmeyer just tries to blast it away. John Ball comes in. There's a 50-50 ball. It pops out to the top of the 18. And look who, it's Ambersley actually who pops in there. And Aaron Lyons in the right place at the right time. Just blasted in the back of the net. 378 scoreless minutes now gone for the Portland Timbers.
So the Rhinos drawing first blood here at Baytech. We'll get the announcement on the goal, and Line scoring his first of the season as the ball is pushed now out on the near side and brought forward by the Timbers. Thompson will jam it across midfield. Burt's after it, knocks it down for Palguda. With the left foot, spins, but puts it up into the stands and throw into the near side. So Lions gets the goal. And they said unassisted.
Unassisted, but Mike Ambersley gets a ton of credit.
Didn't he block it out in front?
I think Kremmelmeyer actually kicked it off of Ambersley, but his work rate, his hustle, that's why he's on the field now alongside of Matthew Delicati. He doesn't go in the books, get the assist, but the work rate creates the goal.
Long, high kick downfield. That's deflected toward the net off a head ball, and out to grab it. That is 15 is Wicks. Out the near side, so Wicks had 4 straight shutout games, but gives up 1 here in the 5th minute.
And a bit of a fluke, if you want to call it that, but a goal is a goal, and Lions in the right place at the right time. No chance for the Portland keeper.
Ball flighted downfield. Perry heads it up in the air on the near side, but it's headed down in front and out to grab it off his 6th. He is the keeper, Harrison. Has it. Brings it away outside the box. Burns on the right side, roller head to midfield and turning back for the ball. It's Delicate to drop it right back to Burns. Now a long kick downfield on the open left wing side. After it goes Kramer. Being chased there by Scott Thompson. At the near end of the 18, turns it away to the outside, drops it back. Picked up by Menyonger, along the 30 to Lines, and back on the near touch line for Palguda, sneaks it forward to Lines. Trying to draw it through, down to the 25, works in the middle, gives it off to Menyonger. He'll cross to the outside of the far end of the 18, ball after it, and won't get to it in time. Puts it way up into the stands, and it'll be a goal kick here for the visiting Portland Timbers. Sponsors of these broadcasts tonight includes Weigel's, the official hot dog at Paytech Park, by Power Trip, Taste the Power, and by Hero East Athletic Club on the web at heroeast.com.
Matthew Delicate, he's really starting to find his form. He's done a nice job playing alongside of Mike Ambersley. I think they work well together. The big guy will win the stuff in the air. Ambersley does the work on the ground. It's a nice combination for the Rhinos.
Headed up in the air underneath it. Scott Thompson headed to the outside of the near wing for Justin Thompson to turn that around. Now Scott Thompson across midfield on the near side. Turning back, blocked away from Jordan, and back to recover the ball as Burns. Plays it back to the keeper. Harrison has to first time it away. Sends it out through the center circle. As the ball is flicked forward to the outside, chased after on the far wing by Griffin. He scored a goal in that last game between these two teams, and a foul is called. So it's a free kick for Portland, their own 35 on the far side of the field. What a perfect night it is for soccer.
You cannot ask for a better evening. Slight breeze, about 72 degrees. Both teams coming from hot, humid conditions last night. This is perfect. Hopefully it'll have these guys play a little better soccer after those hot, humid conditions last night.
Well, Harrison had the first time it away, shanks it into the stands on the far side, and a throw in for the Timbers from the Rochester 35. Return pass to the outside, tipped along the far touchline, ball back to recover the ball as it rolls deep to the corner, and he's watched closely there, trying to spin and puts it away off of Lara and out. So the Rhinos will have a throw in. Out deep in the far corner.
John Ball early on here. He's kind of sitting back defensively. Normally loves to run down that flank, but he's kind of sitting back helping out Jason Perry. I think once he kind of springs away from that, he'll have a nice run down that flank tonight.
Perry with a long throw in. As it comes right back deep into the corner, Burt's after it, and a collision there with Jordan, and Burt's with the right foot hammers it into the stands. Another throw in across the way for the Timbers. Griffin will leave it there, and moving up for the throw in is Griffin. That was rather Lara that left it there for Griffin for the throw in. Off the left wing side, the throw in down inside the 18, headed away out the far end of the box. It's chased out. With it, Lara dropping it back at midfield and stepping up now as it's played forward by the Timbers into Rhino territory. As it is Lara once again spinning around 40 yards out, turns it to the outside. Brought for Gregor, taken down by Menyonger, and a foul is called.
Gregor and Menyonger a little nose to nose there. Menyonger a little behind the play, forced to take down the leading scorer for the Portland Timbers, Gregor, as he tried to get around him with the left foot. Very dangerous with that left foot. And Menyonger senses that he's got to take him down.
Well, the referee having a few words for Johnny Menyonger. The center ref is Richard Sanchez. The assistants, Franco Bevilacqua and Scott Boniface. And the fourth official is Kevin Marcy. Down inside, that's pounded way up in the air and into the stands off of the far corner out over the end line. This will be the first corner of the match going to the visiting Timbers.
And the Rhinos defensively, they've got some huge presence in the back. Perry, Burtz, Palguda. Portland, if they're going to try to go direct in the air, may have their troubles getting over these big guys.
Left-footed kicker on the kick off the far side, so an outswinging kick. That's low into the box and headed away and outside the 18, but moving in. There's a crack of the ball, but that's kicked away. Out of the box once again by Perry off on the far wing. Bouncing out of the 35. Line sends it forward for Delicott, settling to feet and goes to the outside. Knocked down to the midfield line and recovered there by Justin Thompson. Off on the left wing side, jammed forward by Lara, deep to the corner. Perry back, nods it to the outside as he has Jordan on his heels. And it's Perry to play it aside. Ball knocked down by Menyonger, has it in the corner, gives it off to Perry. He'll roll it forward to Burns at his 18, far into the box now, jams it away and downfield. Back for it is Scott Thompson, his own side of midfield.
It was a nice build-up by the Rhinos coming out, Don. You'd think Perry or Burns would have slowed it down, look for another option. So that long ball giving up possession.
As it's played out on the far wing and carried into Rhino territory once again up the left wing side. And it's a cross down along the blocked away and out, then popped up in the air by Burns around the Rochester 35 on the far wing. Tipped back near midfield. Delicott stepping back, knocks it loose for Burns, has it at his own 35, and now dribbles forward into the center circle for Ambersley. Gets tied up from behind, and the ball taken away by the Timbers. In the center circle. Switch to the outside, but stepping in the way is Palguda to head it forward to Ambersley, gives it off to Lyons. He'll roll it off to his right, however, and Younger can't get to it. Griffin plays it off on the far wing to Lara. On the left wing side, down to the Rochester 35. Turning toward the middle, still has it, now drops it back, where it's taken by Podol. In the middle, Podol drops it back at midfield, and up the left side, here comes Justin Thompson. Throws a pass ahead, Lara in the middle, dropping it back to Podol once again, the withdrawn midfielder. He'll cross it to the outside on the near wing for Scott Thompson. At midfield, watched by Ambersley. Long chip to the open right wing corner. Nobody there. Now chased down by Palguda. Burns in the corner, trying to draw it away from Bagley, and does, and it's kicked away and out of bounds.
It's good defensive shape there from the Rhinos. Portland knocking it around midfield, trying to find some gaps. But defensively, the Rhinos in perfect position.
That gets away from the Timbers, and out throw in on the near side for the Rhinos. This is only the third match of the season on the road for the Timbers. They have a win and a loss. All the rest has been played on the home pitch.
The home pitch, which is a disaster at PGE Park, 7-year-old turf that they want to get rid of, and I think they look forward to playing out of there on some nice soft ground.
Lines on a give and go, tried to sneak it through, but back to take it away the Thompsons. They're not related. In fact, one has a much better tan than the other one.
Leave it at that.
Up the left wing side, carried forward by Lara, down to the Rochester 20, across down inside the 6, couple of hops, and scooped up there by Harrison.
You almost get the feel that John Ball is playing as a right fullback. He's very deep. We never see John Ball playing this deep, but I think it's to support Jason Perry, who's a little uncomfortable maybe on that outside of defense. But if Ball can spring forward, I think he's going to find a lot of openings on that flank.
Perry rolls it ahead to Lyons, draws it right back to Perry, now sends it through midfield, checking back at the ball. It's distributed there by Delicott to Lyons, and he's tripped up and taken down. Play goes on. No call is made.
You're not going to like it, Don, but shoulder to shoulder, good challenge.
Yeah, shoulder to shoulder. He hit Lyons' shoulder. He should be called for the foul.
50-50 ball, two hard-nosed competitors going for it. Lyons drags it nice with the left foot.
It was 40-60, come on. Off on the left wing side, and a pass ahead into Rhino territory. Laurie knocks it back at the midfield line for Podol, and that short hopped away into the stands on the far side. No, it stayed in play on the kick from Perry, finally settled defeat by the Rhinos. Ball will drop it back in the middle to Burtz, has it at his own 20. Bird switching to the outside on the near wing. Palguda moving up the left wing side, then slows it up again into the middle. On the 30 for Burns, a pass ahead. Menyonger tips it off on the far wing for Perry. Draws it forward. Now it looks like the Rhinos have moved into a three defensive position as Burns playing more of a withdrawn midfielder.
Almost like a stopper position in front of the sweeper, but John Ball, now he's pushed up. I'd love to see that.
Lyons on the near wing, runs into Thompson. Ball goes down and out. And it'll be a throw-in for the Rhinos on the near side. Palguda for the Rhinos. Ambersley touching it back near midfield for Burns. Drawing it forward. Sneaks it through to Ambersley. Has it 40 yards out. Drops it off there for Menyonger. And then he'll feed the left wing side. Knocked down. Delicott in the middle line. Sneaks it through. Here's Kramer. Inside shot. Oh, he just misses the right post. However, the offside flag was in the air, and nevertheless.
I don't know, Don. Offsides are not very close. But what I was just going to say is Portland's playing a flat back four. They're very flat in the back. Those through balls on a diagonal are going to cut through them. And it's a great little touch by Delicott to start it. Lyons springing Kramer. I don't think he's off. I think Griffin on that far side may have kept him on. But very close opportunity there for the Rhinos as Kramer gets a nice opportunity still off the frame.
Ball down in Rhino territory here in the 15th minute. A 1-0 lead for the Rhinos. Having scored back in the 5th minute. Kiwi Lines. Aaron Kiwi Lines.
Former member of the Timbers.
That's right, too, yeah. Scoring against his former team. Blocked forward by Perry. Ball has it. And on the far touchline is Menyonger to chip it ahead for Perry. He'll spin it away across midfield. That's tipped in the air, coming down center circle. Thompson will send it into Rhino territory. Knotted aside by Menyonger. Rhinos chase it down. Birch at his own 25. Rolls it ahead for Burns. Dropping it to the outside of the near wing for Palguda. Out the left wing side. A little bit of the near side of the field is in the shade, along with the Portland net all in shade. The rest of the field is still sunny. Ahead on the near wing, and Scott Thompson knocked down Emersley, moving in off the chest, blocked away out of bounds, and that off the Timbers. A throw in for the Rhinos on the near side in Portland territory.
Scott Thompson, big collision with the Rhinos target man. Matthew Delicott. Thompson getting the worst of that one.
Menyonger tried to go to the outside, but blocked away by Kiki Lara, and brought away by the Timbers. Lara approaching the midfield line. Now carries through the center circle, rolls it to the outside of the near wing for Scott Thompson. Up the right side and along the near touchline for Kremmelmeyer. Down to the Rochester 25, blocked away and out by Kramer. And that off of Kremmelmeyer, so a throw in on the near side for the Rhinos from their own 20.
Kramer's had a good first half. He's got Kremmelmeyer, who's scored a bunch of goals last year for Portland to deal with, but he's done good defensively and also great attacking with that last opportunity.
Handed up in the air on the near wing, and Thompson nods it back across midfield to the other Thompson. That is Justin Thompson into the middle. Turning back for it, chip to the outside of the near wing for Scott Thompson. Cross midfield and up the right wing. A pass in the middle, and Burns steps in to bang that one away to Menyonger. And a feed forward in the middle for Lines across midfield for Ball. Drops it off for Emersley. Chips it ahead, open space. But Ball trying to make the run was taken down behind the play, so nobody there. And it's brought away by the Timbers. Into Rhino territory on the left wing side is Lara. Drops it back at the midfield line for Podol. He leads his team in fouls so far to Gregor, right back to Podol, and turned to the outside for Lara. 40 yards out on the far side and back to the midfield line. On the line, Podol dropping it back. Pass ahead. Tipped off on the left wing side. Gregor spinning around. He's second in the league with goals and points, and in the behind offside is Lara. Offside against the visiting Timbers.
Good little build up there. Portland going short, trying to catch Rochester. A little flat there, but Lara timing his run just a little bit too soon there, getting in the offsides position. But the Rhinos, from a pressure standpoint, this is some of the best pressure I've seen them come up with here at home at Paytech Park. Not giving Portland any chance on the ball to create an attack.
This begins a string of 6 straight league games on home field for the Rhinos. 6 straight at home, and then if you want to count Tuesday night's Open Cup game, that would be 7. So Open Cup action is the next game for the Rhinos. That's Tuesday night. Not much time for rest after this one. Brought forward by Burns, and he'll volley it aside off the near wing and carry it across midfield. Palguda to the outside along the near wing for Kramer. As he slows it up, turns back, switching into the middle. There's Lines for 25. Takes a look, but no shot. Feed to the outside for Ball. Turns back to the left foot. In the middle for Lines. Now 25 out once again. Takes it with the left foot. Tips it to the outside for Palguda. The Rhinos playing just outside the box. Now Tross down in front, but headed away and out top. Moving in underneath it, Burns. Touching it forward for Lines. Chips it up the left wing side, but the whistle is blown as a foul is called on Gregor. He took down Lines directly in the middle of the field, 30 yards out.
That's a good bit of refereeing there. The Rhinos had possession. There was contact after Lines got rid of the ball, but there was no advantage. The referee waited to see if the Rhinos had possession. They didn't. Makes the call, brings it back, and this is a great opportunity for the Rhinos.
So Johnny Menyonger placing the ball. Again, well, a little hair to the left of center, if you will. And the ball is placed by Menyonger. Palguda is there. Lines is in behind. Burns is there. Ball is there. Almost everybody's there.
Yeah, you get the choice. You can go right or left, so we'll see what the wall sets up like and who has the crack.
Palguda is the one directly behind the ball. Lines fakes the touch. The line, as it's dropped off, Menyonger back to Lines, spinning around, lays it to the outside of the near wing for Palguda, and the Rhinos did absolutely nothing on that set piece.
A wasted set piece.
Yeah, it's chipped down to the 18 by Kramer, flicked down inside by Delicott. Menyonger with a shot, hits the crossbar, and it's ball. Oh, it's down on one big hop by Wicks. Menyonger goes for the upper right and hits the crossbar. Comes down on a big hop in front of the net.
John, the Timbers are too concerned with waiting for the offsides. With their right foot, strikes it hard just off the underside of the crossbar. But Portland's just got their hands up in the air. It's a great header by Delicott to set the table for the smaller Johnny Menyonger. the Timbers got to get those hands down and get back into play.
Turning back for Jordan across midfield, taken away by Perry. The Rhinos had it, but it gave away to Greger, and now Portland with the ball. Off the left side, but Perry back to intercept. Pass it along the far touchline, chased there by Lara. Still spinning around, 18 yards out. Pass ahead, blocked away, knocked down. Jordan up with it for the Timbers. Rhinos leading 1-0 here in the 20th minute. That's along the left wing side, taken by Lara. Drops it back, Podol, and back to near midfield. Who is the outside defender on that side?
Griffin.
Oh, yeah, okay, now across midfield, Ben Younger lays it to the open left wing, and running onto the ball is Kramer. Takes a look through, Kramer still with it, as he's bumped by Scott Thompson, drops it back at midfield for Burns. Burns looking downfield, long chip to the open left wing side of Palguda, overlapping, hits it to the outside of the box, gets it right back, chip along the 18 in front for Kramer, takes a look, turns it to the outside of the left foot side, trying to cross in front, and Thompson blocks it down to the end line, where it's grabbed in one hop by Wicks.
I tell you, the Delicott situation, I love what I'm seeing now. The guys are learning how to play with Matthew Delicott. He goes up, he does the dirty work in the air, look for the ball popping out from the head of Matthew Delicott. Menyanger read it perfectly, ran onto it, and found himself with a wonderful opportunity.
Ball played through midfield. That's headed in the air, coming down to the 35, and ball will knot it all the way back to the keeper, Harrison. You know, it's the first time, I think, in 2 years that the Rhinos have been able to find somebody who seems to match up pretty well with Delicott, and that is Hambersley.
You know, and it's not a very difficult thing. He's a big guy. Let him do all the banging and the bruising. As a small guy, just hang around there for the scraps. No one's been able to do that, but Hambersley has found his way.
Delicott flicks it forward, can't get to it on the rebound, and it's hammered out through midfield. Jordan and Perry for the Rhinos collide. Ball on the far side, tackled away momentarily, but lost by ball to Lara. And up the left side is Jordan, down to the far end of the 18, turns back, gets a crack at it with the right foot, but blocked away and out. Carried off by Lyons, and he's taken down, and a foul is called on Jordan. Quick restart by the Rhinos. Lyons pushes it to the outside, up the near wing. Palguda approaching the midfield line. Turns, drops it back. Down to his 30. Kramer in the middle for Burts. 22nd minute here at Paytech Park, and a 1-0 Rochester lead. Goal scored by Aaron Lyons back in the 5th minute. Perry drawing it forward, approaching midfield, rolls it to the outside for Ball. His pass along the midfield line for Lyons, turns it to the outside once again, ball across midfield, gets away, sends it through, Delicott in behind, chasing the ball down, far into the 18, has it, rolls it in the middle for Hambersley, touch back in front of the give and go, but the ball blocked away, and Krummelmeyer with the left foot sends it out to the center circle. Bagley knocks it down, and in behind, Bagley trying to get away, being chased by Birch, moving in, and Birch knocks it away, rolling to the end line. Harrison stops it there.
That is a great bit of defending. If Jason Perry is going to have some trouble tonight, it's going to be with some speed exposed on that flank. You can see it there. Bagley tries to get through, but Kenny Birch takes the collision, wins the ball. Wanted to foul there, but I think it was a good collision both ways.
A good job by Birch to get back on that one. Birch has it, rolls it ahead up the near side. Ambersley near midfield. Still a 1-0 lead for the Rhinos. As he dribbles to the midfield line, turns back to the outside, left puts it along the near wing. Chasing to the corner goes Menyanger. On him is Podol. Near into the 18. Has it 15 yards out. Menyanger up in it, and the ball booted away into the stands over the end line. A corner kick for the Rhinos.
And the Rhinos doing a great job of interchanging players. Now you're seeing Menyanger as the strike partner with Delicott. Did a good job inside the box there to win a corner kick for the Rhinos. But they've got all sorts of time. This Portland midfield is in a bit of a shambles right now, trying to pick up who's going where.
Ball doing a little rearranging of the signs to give him more room. Right-footed kicker, in-swinging kick. Service up by Ball, low into the box. That one sneaking through, knocked down to the 6. Top. Lines with a shot, a cannon, but ripped it up over top of the net. Got the left-footed boot away, but puts it way high.
That is a great opportunity for Aaron Lyons, and even before that, Don, the header, Matthew Delicott just didn't seem to go for it like he normally does. Kind of just tips his head down, doesn't get a good look at it, but lays it off for Aaron Lyons, who's got a great look at the goal from 18 yards out. Just doesn't get it on frame. May have been deflected. I heard a deflection going up over the goal, but still a good opportunity for the former member of the Timbers, Aaron Lyons.
Kick forward, knocked down to the Rochester 25, and turning around is Jordan, but that's booted away by Perry. However, Lara still with it for the Timbers, turns it ahead. They'll chip it down inside the 18, ball blocked away out of the box, and it's kicked high in the air by Kramer out of the near side. Checking back is Ambersley. Drops it to the outside of Lyons, tips it ahead near midfield. Kramer will pop one up in the air and across midfield. They back at midfield. Menyanger nods it forward. At midfield, knocked down by Lyons, who has a chase from behind by Kremmelmeyer, but gets away nicely to the outside for Kramer, moving up the left wing and sends it along the left wing side for Menyunger, but a little bit too much pace on the ball. Now Menyunger steals it away at the end line as he battles Podol for the ball. Menyunger tips it out of the near wing, and that's chipped up into the stands and out of play, throwing deep in the corner.
That's bad. Menyunger with Podol. Podol thought he was going to roll it out of bounds for a goal kick. Menyunger, just a quick little fake. Podol bites and Menyunger easily steps in. Now the Rhinos have possession. That's just experience, crafty by Johnny Menyunger.
Burt's making the long run up for the throw-in. I'm really pleased to see the kind of jump the Rhinos have in this game right now.
They've been a little slow to start, but tonight, the high pressure, Portland has not found any openings in this Rhinos defense.
Burt's for the throw-in, deep in the corner. There it is, high, coming down at about 10 yards out. Menyunger couldn't get the head on it, and that one booted in the air now by Justin Thompson. On the far wing, off the shoulder of Ball, drawing it forward. Off the right wing, being chased by Lara. On the far touchline, breaking for the end line, turns it back in the middle. Lara goes down, far into the box. Ball sends it out in front. That one is knocked through and comes out the near end of the 18. After it, Burt's drawing it off at the corner for Paguda. He'll play it back out, 25 yards out for Kramer. Chip down inside for the back post side ball. Hit ball, and up over top of the net. Oh, got a header away, but puts it high and wide.
That's where Johnny Ball is so effective on that flank. He takes players on. Lara tries to go 1v1. Ball just neatly tucks it inside between the legs. And that's why you want to see Johnny Ball push forward. Those great opportunities coming from that right flank. Beautiful work by John Ball.
John Ball is going to be gone for about a week after this game. He's going to Spain for, futsal or whatever it's called.
U.S. futsal team. Andrew Greger from Portland also going to be joining him for the Pan American Games in Spain.
Going to Spain. Hammersley in behind. Oh, almost got through, but there Justin Thompson able to get the boot on it to play it back out over the end line. Another corner kick for the Rhinos.
Hammersley a little upset there not to get through, but that's great defending by Justin Thompson. Otherwise, Ambersley is gone.
So, corner kick, and John Ball making the run up to the corner.
Ambersley, I nicknamed him last year the little Wayne Rooney. Take a look at him. I tell you, very similar in stature to Wayne Rooney. Got a big chuckle out of that.
Rhinos are here Tuesday night against the Long Island Rough Riders. Open Cup play. Tuesday night, be here. Near corner of the box. Here's Burns. Sends it down back post. Headed away out the near wing once again. Stepping in ball. They'll block it, but that's deflected aside by Lara. And then played away back near midfield. Skips out of bounds on the near side. Rhinos will have the throw in on the near wing. They're into the 27th minute here at Paytech Park and a 1-0 lead for the Rhinos. Burt's has it his own side of midfield. Cross through the center circle and on the far wing for Jason Perry. Drawing it forward and across midfield. Perry giving it off. Turning back with a left foot driven through. And then behind Delicott. He's inside. Turns to the right. Moving in shot. Roller. He scores! Matthew Delicott had one last night. Picks up another here tonight. And the Rhinos are up 2-0.
Well, talk about finding your rhythm. Delicott has found it. And he is yet to be stopped. What a great ball. Slicing ball through the flat defense, and Delicott neatly takes it around Josh Wicks, and as he's sliding down, is able to tuck it in the net. But again, the Portland defense is so flat. Line sees it. It's a diagonal ball I talked about earlier. It easily burns the Portland defense. That's great composure from the big man. Takes it around the keeper. He has got to be very happy. And he took a lot of heat for not scoring goals, but now they are coming in bunches for Matthew Delicott.
That's his team-leading fourth goal of the season, and the Rhinos are up now 2-0. And the Rhinos just seemingly have a lot of jump in this game here tonight. Boy, I'll tell you what, they look impressive so far. Delicott gets the goal. And was there an assist?
Aaron Lyons still get a ton of credit for that carving ball that just sliced the Portland defense. And for Lyons, who came from Germany to play with the Portland Timbers, what sweet revenge this is. 2-0. He's got the goal and the assist tonight. Aaron Lyons, wonderful work.
How good with a throw in along the near wing. That's flicked out toward midfield, but knotted in by Scott Thompson for Greger. As he turns back to the right foot, slips it to the outside. Kremmelmeyer chasing it down deep in the right wing corner and looks for the cross, high for the back post, and Harrison comes down with it along the end line.
Good for Chase Harrison to get a little touch, get some action here. Doesn't want to sit back there too quiet and get a bit cold before some of the action comes. So he's got a touch on the ball. He stays involved in the game. And on that cross, there was 3 Rhinos defenders around the one forward for the Timbers.
High ball flighted downfield, flicked forward by Delicott, but that's settled there by Griffin. However, taken away by Emersley, spins around, has it 35 yards out, rolls it off in the middle for Lyons. Looks around for the opening, goes to the outside again for John Ball. Now 25 yards out, off the far wing, turns back along the middle. With the left foot, sends it down to the 18. Now it's coming through by Emersley. Almost stuck through to Delicott, but picked off at the last moment and carried away by the Timbers.
You can see, Don, they're starting to connect. They're reading each other without even looking at one another. Wonderful stuff.
Cross midfield and a give and go to the outside. Overlapping is Thompson, but getting to it first, Palguda. Pair of 17s as the ball rolls out over the end line, and a goal kick for the Rhinos. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Nextel, Power Up, Best Volvo, where style, safety, and all-wheel drive come together. And by Cintas, the service professionals. Discover what Cintas can do for your organization. Goal kick for Chase Harrison.
This is soccer. This is the way the Rhinos know how to play. Have we seen it yet this year? I think tonight's the first time we've seen this total soccer package from the Rhinos.
High ball flighted downfield, headed in the air. In underneath it is Burns, and up his back was Jordan. Ball rolls away and out. Burns wanted the foul, doesn't get it.
Yeah, you get back to that goal by Delicott. Just great composure. He took his time, Wicks bit hard, but Lyons, the vision, just to slice through that defense. He's magnificent on that ball.
Dropped off, chipped out of bounds on the near side. No, it still hits on the line, and Falguda bites it away on the near wing for Burns as he turns back with it. It's on the line. Kremmelmeyer keeps it in play. Burns has it, and Kremmelmeyer gives a tug, and a foul is called.
You know, you wonder if for Portland, they haven't been scored on in so long. I think May 11th against Seattle. How are they going to respond to giving up a goal? And I think defensively, they're still very shaky after giving up the first goal and now the second.
Well, to tell you how long ago it was that they last allowed a goal, the first game of that stretch of 4 games without a goal was against Rochester, and that seemed like that was, 2 months ago?
May 13th.
Yeah. Right across midfield, pushed out of bounds in the far wing, and a throw in for the Rhinos, 40 yards out off the right wing side. Ball goes short to Emersley, right back to the outside for Ball. Drops it back at the midfield line for Perry. With the right foot, turns back, rolls it off to his own side of midfield, where it's taken there by Burtz, and crossed along the 35 out of the near side. Dropped off Burns for Palguda. Plays it off into the middle. Ahead with it now. Kenny Burtz with the right foot drives it away downfield, trying to sneak in behind his ball, but that's headed away by Griffin off of the far wing, and Lara carries it into Rhino territory for the Timbers. Rolls it to the outside. Pass to the middle for Podol. Looking to sneak it through and does up the left wing side. From 30 yards out, a feed along the middle for Jordan. Turns back far corner of the 18. Looks for the through ball and lines back to take it away before it was through to Gregor. Taken away by Lyons, who's played one great game thus far. Aaron Lyons, as he's upended, taken down. Ball drops it back to Perry, and he'll first time it away out to midfield. However, popped up in the air, and Lyons touching it to the outside for Ball. That one rolls through and out of bounds. Griffin will take the throw in for the Timbers on the far side of the field.
You know, for the Rhinos, I wouldn't spend too much time knocking the ball around in your own third. Get it forward. You're looking at a very flat, tired Portland defense. Continue to keep them under pressure.
Played back in the middle for Justin Thompson. Long chip ahead into Rhino territory. Headed back toward the center circle, and now Gregor with a pass ahead. Tipped away for Jordan. Tried to turn it up, but that's been pushed out on the outside and rolls out of bounds on the near side. A throw in for the Griffins, the Timbers. Thompson.
The Griffins.
The Griffins. Well, there is the Griffins. Who are they?
I think it's a basketball team.
No, actually, it's a hockey team. Which is it?
Milwaukee?
No, Grand Rapids Griffins.
There we go.
I should know that. It's in our own division.
Grand Rapids, Portland. What's the difference, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Close.
Throw in along the near wing. Headed away and out into the stands by Thompson. So a throw in now for the Rhinos from their own 30 on the near side of the field.
You know, I thought with the flight, the Rhinos may be the more tired team tonight, but the bus trip from Montreal seems to really have hit Gavin Wilkinson's team tonight.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you had looked on the airplane when we landed in Rochester, I looked around at the players on the plane, and I figured there ain't no way folks were even getting this. They're not even going to get through warm-ups.
And, you know, you make a great point, too. Just the emotions last night playing against Carolina, who's got, Chris Economides with the club, Scott Schweitzer. Emotionally, they had to be totally drained.
Played away and out of bounds on the near side. You know what? I don't think it was as big a deal for the Rhinos as it was for Carolina because really John Ball was about the only one who was around back then.
Coach Calloway sounded exhausted on the postgame show.
Well,
too, but
he's the other one, okay? Yeah. He was involved with a lot of those guys.
But it's good to see Carolina. Chris Economidis is doing a wonderful job with the club down there. But 2-2, love to see a winner, but still, I think it's a fair result.
Back at the 25, Palguda, or make that Burt settles to the side, then pushing it to the outside for Palguda. Off the left wing, rolls it ahead. Kramer, but checking in as he's rolled over from behind by Thompson. Thompson will give Kramer a hand up, and the foul is called and a restart for the Rhinos. 35th minute here at Paytech, and a 2-0 lead for Rochester.
That's what we talked about earlier. The Rhinos a little too much knocking it around in their own third. Get rid of it. Put the pressure on Portland. Don't give the Timbers an opportunity, if the Rhinos make a mistake, to go right towards goal. Keep the Timbers under pressure.
Burns drives it away downfield. Delicata step in behind, and the offside flag in the air once again.
No, I don't know, not to sound too partial here, but Griffin again. He's playing so far behind the play, and the referee's assistant on that far side. God, he's right there. I'm surprised he made that call. Very close.
Ball placed for the free kick. Sent across midfield, pushed by Knowles out of the far wing and into Rhino territory. Over to steal. It is Ambersley, then it's knocked away and out of bounds off of Ambersley, so a throw in on the far side for the Timbers. And Rhinos fans and coaches are not happy with that call.
Yeah, referee's assistant having a bit of a challenge there on that far side.
You mean he blew it?
I don't want to go that far, but close.
Of course you wouldn't go that far. You and your buddies, the referees, pushed away out of bounds on the far side. No, along the line, still kept in. Now shot down inside and grabbed it as 3. However, it was out of bounds, okay. See, looked like it was out of bounds.
Yeah, sort of.
So once again... Oh, no, he did make the right call that time.
Yeah.
Never mind. Perry brings it forward, rolls it along the 18. Burt's in the middle. 36th minute. 2-0 lead for the Rhinos. Pass ahead for Burns. To the 35. Roller into the center circle for Delicott. Checking back as he's run off the ball. And now it's taken away. And Bagley will work upfield for the Timbers. Goes to the outside. Tips it far off on the wing for Lara. Left wing side. Cross down along the 15. But Perry's there to intercept. And carries it away on the outside. Moving up to intercept Griffin. In turn taken away by Ben Younger. Drills it in the stands. And boy, I'll tell you, somebody took that one awful hard.
Yeah, right off the forehead. Hopefully that fan is okay. The usher taking a look there. That was a cannon off your forehead. That's not going to feel good.
Down inside the corner of the box. Gregor spinning around the far corner. Perry on him. And now the ball sent down inside. Head ball. Knocked down by Harrison off the line. Comes up with a great save on Bagley's head ball. Wow, outstanding save by Chase Harrison.
And the former Rhino, Bagley, wanted that one bad. If he goes right or left, Bagley's got a goal. And Portland's back in the game here. It's Griffin on that far side. Nice left-footed cross. And Bagley's just got to go one side or the other. It's right at Chase Harrison.
Booted downfield by Perry. In behind Delicott, trying to get loose. And Wicks out to kick it away. He was outside the 18. Went to take it by the hands. Figured out that he couldn't grab it. Off of the far wing. Roller ahead. At the Rhinos again. Ben Younger slams it down to the 18 in front. Blocked aside by Thompson. Back to his keeper.
Too much play. Too much play in your own third. The Rhinos have to be a little more urgent. They've got time to turn and push forward. Just making too many passes in their own half of the field.
Kicked away downfield. Burch let it roll. And behind Perry able to play it aside, but Lara up with it for the Timbers. 30 yards out off the left wing side. Lara working back in the middle to give her the through ball. Gives it off, and Krummelmeyer sends it to the outside. Moving ahead, cross down inside. Punched away by Harrison on top, and up with it Ben Younger dropping it back for Lines. Turns it to the outside of the near wing. Lines up the left wing. Rolls it ahead into the center circle. Settled there by Podol. Drops it back for Knowles through the center circle in the far wing for Griffin. And into Rhino territory once again. Here comes Lara, watched by Burns. Lara crossing down along the 20, but taken away there by Ben Younger. The Rhinos have it. And Younger's feet in the center circle. Ambersley had his jersey stretched, but sneaks the ball through. After Delicott on his horse, chasing him down is Justin Thompson. Delicott stops at the 18. Turns back, waiting for help to catch up. Rolls it to the outside for Ambersley. He's taken down in a collision with Thompson. The ball rolls to the end line, and play goes on. Stepping in, now taken by Ben Younger. Drops it back out, 35, moving up on the play. His ball, his pass blocked away.
Okay, we can hear you.
Comes back out top. Taken there by Perry.
And that last run there, I'm not sure what Ambersley's thoughts were. He went right at Delicott, who had the ball at his feet. Make a diagonal run, get behind the defense. He went right at him. And I think it gave Delicott almost no options there.
At the midfield line, Burns will drop it back to Burch. Rhinos with a 2-0 lead, trying to increase the lead. Turned away into the center circle, lines with it, rolls it back along the near wing, and Burns long chip up the left wing side. Kramer trying to get behind Knowles. Knowles blocks, and Kramer goes down hard, and Knowles carries the ball away on the near side. With the right foot, chips it out into the center circle. Checking back on the ball is Gregor. He'll roll it to the outside of the left wing and brought forward. Cross midfield into Rhino territory is Griffin. 35 yards out on the left wing. Stops, slows it up, rolls it back. Pass toward the center circle for Podol. Return pass to the outside for Gregor, and off on the far wing to Griffin. Left wing side. Griffin rolls it along the 30 in the middle for Lara. Turns it to the outside again for Griffin. And one touch toward the middle for Bagley. Checking back on the ball. Carries it all the way back to the 40. Drops it back at midfield line for Thompson. And his roller is picked off by Manyonger. Out to the midfield line for Delicate. Drops it off for Lines. One touch ahead, but Hammersley had stopped his run. And it's recovered by Thompson in his own end for the Griffin. For the what are they, Timbers.
The game has come to a halter. I think the Rhinos may have hit the wall a bit here. And Griffin and Lara on that side. John Ball and Jason Perry need to sort that out. They've had a lot of good attacks for Portland.
41st minute. There's a crack in the frame, and they score. Moving in off the left wing side. That was hammered in by Griffin. Nailed the upper left corner. Might have caught Harrison flat-footed, and nails the upper corner. All of a sudden, it's a new game. It's a one-goal game.
You got the sense that the Rhinos were getting tired, and I mentioned it. Griffin, he's got all sorts of time down that flank. Takes a hard right-footed shot from about 20, 22 yards out. And I don't think Chase Harrison sees it. But the Rhinos, that's the side they had to sort out earlier. It was Perry and Ball's side. But Griffin, he was crossing balls in. This time he comes inside, takes the hard shot, and makes the Rhinos pay.
Well, it's a one-goal game now. And it's pushed to the outside of the far wing. Perry rolls it to the outside, taken there by Ball. Back in the middle, giving it off to Perry. We're in the 42nd minute now at Paytech Park. And off into the middle where it's taken by Kenny Birch. Birch drawing it forward. He'll roll it ahead near midfield. Ben Younger turning back. Roller up the right side at midfield line. Drop back again where it's taken by Menyonger. His pass forward, blocked along into the center circle. Knocked down there by Ambersley. His field, downfield, in behind Kramer, and the offside flag is in the air offside once again against the Rhinos.
Kramer off there. Delicate was on. I think Delicate wanted Kramer to leave it.
Other sponsors of these broadcasts include Connolly Printing, the official printer of the Rhinos. Salvatore's, they deliver everything but babies. Also, Health Source Chiropractic. For information or appointments, call 225-6430 or log on to healthsourcechiropractic.com.
And a great way to end the half for the Timbers. Last 4 or 5 minutes, they get back into this match here.
Cross midfield, turn to the outside. Lara has it on the left wing. As he is overlapping his Griffin on the far side, going down to the corner. Long cross, down inside. That comes out the near end of the box and carried away by Kramer. Jason behind by Bagley, a pass in the middle. Lines dropping it back. Palguda then will just hammer it out through midfield. Rolling ball on the near side, chased down, and Knowles plays it away, but he tried to get it back to the keeper. He missed it by about 1.5 miles, out over the end line, creating the corner kick for the Rhinos.
What a reaction from Gavin Wilkinson. He's got his baseball cap on. He pulls it down over his eyes and just shakes his head. This could be a crucial giveaway here if the Rhinos can capitalize.
Again, sponsors of these broadcasts, the World Jam, real gyms, real people, real results. Auction Direct. For your next car, log on to auctiondirect.com and the RITN. Everything you need to be perfectly comfortable. Off the left wing side in the corner. Ball to take the kick. It's the 43rd minute. 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. Up 2-0, but a great shot by Griffin. It's the Timbers on the board. Down to the backdoor side. Head ball back toward the middle. But the whistle blows. A foul is called on the Rhinos.
Kenny Burt's riding up the back of the Portland defender. But this goal gives the Timbers a lot of confidence. They go into the locker room at halftime. Really, the first 35 minutes, I thought Rochester controlled every aspect of the game. Then all of a sudden, it came to a halt. Portland continued to attack down that far side, and Griffin made the Rhinos pay.
44th minute. And the Rhinos, well, as we were talking about, they had such great jump here for the majority of the first half. And as Joe said, you wonder if maybe they used it all up.
Bush Galloway has made a tactical adjustment. Danny Kramer now has switched to the far side with Griffin and Lara. John Ball now playing outside left midfield.
Rod forward by Lara, turning it to the outside, and Kramer will let it roll down deep in the corner, stops it there. 44th minute. Ball flighted downfield, headed away up the midfield line. Back in the middle, moving in is Burns to nod it out to midfield, the center circle for Lines, and Menyonger then will volley it downfield and behind, but turning back goes Knowles for the Timbers, rolls it to the outside for Griffin. By the way, Griffin with his second goal of the season. Both of goals have been scored against Rochester.
Former member of the Fire likes to play these Rhinos.
Right ahead, off the left wing side, deep in the corner is Jordan. Down to the 15, turns to the outside, looking for the cross, watched by Burns, down with the right foot, cross in front, Bagley, head ball in, up in the air, as it's knocked down, but outside the net, so it'll be a goal kick for the Rhinos. Goal kick, 45th minute, here at Paytech Park, and a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. And it looks like we'll have 1 minute of injury time, 1 minute of additional time. Harrison placing the ball to the 6. With the right foot, will send it away downfield. Coming down to the center circle, headed right back into Rhino territory by Kremmermeyer for Bagley, and then Birch nods it forward out toward the midfield line. Kremmermeyer drops it back, tipped across midfield, but in underneath it is ball. Burns tips it across midfield, but headed again into Rhino territory on the near side. Palguda will have put it back into the Portland side of the midfield line. Lines lays it out of the left wing for ball. Across down to the middle for Embersley. Tipped it up the left side. Lines moving in front for Delicate, and the ball knocked down. Couldn't get a hold of it, and then it's then played out to midfield. And ball brought forward into Rhino territory, but in behind, offside against the Timbers.
Yeah, they're saying he came over and back. Brian Jordan looking at the referee's assistant like, what? But that was a close call. I thought Jordan may have been okay there.
We're in stoppage time here in the first half, and a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. Lines drops it back. Birch out on the near wing. Palguda right back to Birch in the middle. On the right side, looks for it. Rolls it ahead. Burns. Cross midfield. Menyonger drops it back to his own side of midfield for Perry, and he'll lay it back in the middle for Birch. First time's it away downfield. As the whistle sounds, and that is it for the first half of play. So, one half has been played here at Paytech Park, and the Rhinos off to such a great start in the first half of play. Tremendous start, but actually slowed up a little bit toward the end of the first half, and well, we'll just see if they're able to draw that second win heading into the second half.
Yeah, I'm sure Coach Kellaway's got to go to the bench and look at some other options. The tank is definitely empty for this team.
Well, the Rhinos and the Timbers ending up with 5 shots apiece in that first half. And unofficially, shots. And we'll have Soccer Sam with his interview here in a moment. But Aaron Lines coming over to join Soccer Sam with a great first half of play. All right, so we'll see if we can send you downstairs now. And if we're ready, we'll send you down to Soccer Sam. Sam, take it away, kiddo.
Soccer fans, we're here live now with Aaron Kiwi Lines, our first half player of the game. Aaron, take it from home, do the assist. Baby, this is your old team. This is the team you came to America to play for. And today you're showing them what a goal you had, baby.
Yeah, it was, the ball came into the box, you know, I was straight at the back post, it just slotted in, nothing special, but nice to score early.
Dude, that was a great shot. Now, the mix up in the corner there, it was coming over the goal. Now, the pass to Belly, man. Here's the goal. Look at this goal here. It's coming to you. You're like, whoa, what a cracker upper corner.
I practice half volleys in training at least once a week, and that paid off there.
They had a little playing time yesterday in Kerry. 4:30 this morning, you came here to Rochester. Man, that had to be a tough trip.
Toughest trip of my life, but you know, the legs are there. We're encouraged by a good turnout tonight. You know, fantastic fans, and you know, we need to go top of the table tonight with 3 points, and hopefully we're going to do that second half.
Now let's talk about the assist to Deli. You were looking for him the whole game. Every time you got the ball, you were looking for Deli for that through ball. Now, what happened there? I mean, you looked up, you saw him take it off. He was almost offside. He stood back a little bit. Boom! You gave it to him.
Yeah, Deli likes those balls in behind. So it happened that I was out on the right-hand side. John Ball was in the middle for me, and I seen Deli making that run, slotted it to him, and it was a great finish, wasn't it?
Well, Kiwi, this is it, baby. This is your old team. You came to America. They didn't sign you for a lifelong contract. This is it. You're here. You're a Rhino. Show them play. Second half, I need a second goal from you.
Yeah, all right, buddy. I'll work on it, all right?
Aaron Kiwi Lions. Look, we're going back to Don Stevens right now, Kiwi.
All right, Sammy, thank you very much with Aaron Lines. Sammy doesn't get too excited, does he? So we're at the half here at Paytech Park, and it is a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos over the Portland Timbers, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Paytech Park tonight. It's the 13th match of the season for the Rhinos as they take on the Portland Timbers for the second and final time in the regular season. Time now for the first half statistics. Brought to you by Time Warner. Get all-in-one digital cable, Roadrunner, digital phone, one simple package, one low price. And checking out the stats from the first half of play, 5th minute, the first goal scored by Aaron Lyons. Scoring unassisted with a great shot in the upper right corner. Lyons puts it away. The Rhinos up 1-0. And they made it 2-0 in the 28th minute as Lyons this time assisting on a goal for Matthew Delicott. His team leading fourth goal of the season. Delicott scoring to give the Rhinos a 2-0 lead. However, they let the Griffins back into the game the Timbers back in the game as Griffin scored, and that is second goal of the season coming in the 41st minute. So Griffin scoring the goal. And the Griffin puts the Timbers back to within one of the Rhinos at the half, 2-1, and that's where the scoring ended in the first half of play. Unofficial stats: 6 shots for Portland and 5 for the Rhinos. That again unofficial: 6 for the Portland Timbers and 5 for the Rhinos in the shots department. And the corner kicks. And actually, we've got the official sheet now. So it is, 6-5, the shots in favor of Portland. The fouls, 5 against Portland and 3 against Rochester. Offsides, it was 2 against Portland, 3 offsides against Rochester. And in corner kicks, the Rhinos had 3, and the Timbers had 1. 3 saves in the match for Harrison. No saves credited to Wick. So there's your official stats for the first half of play. We'll be back with an intermission guest in just a moment as we continue from Paytech Park here in Rochester. A 2-1 lead for the Rhinos over the Timbers, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Once again at Paytech Park, we're at the half as the Rhinos take on the Portland Timbers. And we're joined now by the Rhino goalkeeper, Scott Vallow. Tonight's intermission interview brought to you by Connolly Printing, the official printer of the Rhinos. And Scott Vallow has relinquished choice, of course, his duties in goal to Chase Harrison. And now the situation, of course, we want to find out from Scott just how it's going after surgery on that arm. And what's the situation now, Scotty?
Well, had surgery May 8th to repair the right distal bicep tendon. I was in a cast for 10 days, had that off. I was in a removable splint for 3 more weeks, just had that off. So now I'm back to doing strength exercises. We've got the physical therapist says about 4 weeks away till full strength, but the doctor won't release me till about another 6 weeks. So we're looking at the end of July, early August is kind of what we're shooting for, but it's still too early to tell. But the good news is that it's not going to be the end of the season, and I'm looking forward to working really hard to try to get back as fast as I can.
So it's been a month already then? Yeah,
May 8th was the surgery. The injury happened on April 18th, so we're almost exactly a month into it. So.
Is it right on schedule? Are you ahead of schedule, behind schedule, or what?
It's a little ahead of schedule. I got my range of motion back rather quickly. We're just trying to work on getting that last 10% of range of motion back by working on some strength exercises now. So just, up until now, we really haven't done any strength things, just range of motion stuff, which is coming along really fast. And now just looking to getting it strengthened up. I'm starting with 1-pound dumbbells. So, Don, just about your neck of the woods there. But
that's right. No, you're over me. You got by me already.
We're at 1-pound dumbbells right now, so hoping to work my way up.
And so now all I ever heard was the surgery was successful.
Right.
But is it 100% going to be 100% when you're finished here?
Yeah, the good news is it's going to be a repaired tendon, so it's actually going to be stronger than the other one. So it's the way that they do it nowadays, it's amazing what doctors can do, but they actually drilled a hole in my forearm and reattached the tendon all the way through the forearm. So once the calcification comes through, it's actually going to be stronger than the other one. So I don't know if I'll be able to throw the ball much further, but it'll be stronger, and it's less likely to do it again. So no worries on coming back.
Right. It sounds like it's a painful kind of thing. Is there much pain with it?
Yeah, right away I knew something was wrong when it happened. It happened in training.
No, I mean the surgery. I mean the surgery and the rehab.
The surgery, I was out for it. I didn't really know what happened. But the rehab process has been kind of painful. Getting that last couple bits of range of motion is kind of a strain on the arm, strain on the bicep. But I want them to kind of push me hard with we're being smart about it, but we're still kind of pushing it hard. So I don't mind the pain. I can tolerate the pain. I have a pretty high pain tolerance, so I don't mind the pain as long as it's productive. So looking forward to getting back as soon as I can.
All right, we're talking with Scott Vallow, Rhinos goalkeeper. We'll continue the conversation in a moment. Here at Paytech Park, it's a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos over the Portland Timbers. And again, this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Rhinos with a 2-1 lead over the Portland Timbers at the half here at Paytech Park. Alongside, once again, is Rhino goalkeeper Scott Dallow. And, Scott, I don't know what to tell you. You might have to earn your job back. I'm not sure if you might not get your job back. I want to ask you about the play of Chase Harrison, the youngster, how he's doing.
Well, you know, it's funny. Goalkeepers are kind of a different breed. We kind of stick together usually. And, you know, we started the season with 3 goalies as a goalkeeper unit. I was the one playing. And Chase was there, Hector was there, we're all supporting each other. Now Chase is playing, I'm supporting him, and Hector's supporting him, and we're all in this together. So just another person out there in the goal. I think he's done reasonably well. You know, there's other things that goalies do apart from making saves. And I think that's one of the things that I bring to the table, is organizing the defense, really trying to play off my line a little bit more. But
it's those things that he needs to learn from you.
I think those things kind of come with experience. Yeah. So I think he's done well. You know, he kind of got thrown into the fire. He signed the next week. He was in the net. So he's doing well. You know, he's a young kid looking for an opportunity, and I'm glad the club was able to do that for him. I know there were some rumors that the club was looking for other goalies, but I'm glad in the end they decided to give him a chance. So, you know, I wish him nothing but the best of luck. We train every day together, and, you know, we're all in this together.
Is he feeling a lot of pressure?
He was really, really nervous in the beginning. But now I think that he's gotten, 10 games under his belt. He's kind of losing those nerves. He's kind of loosening up a little bit, and I think that's really what's helped him play a little bit better. So you notice he was a little bit nervous in the beginning, and, I think his play kind of reflected that. But now he's kind of he's warmed up, and he knows that he's the man. So hopefully he can continue to play well, and we can build our way towards winning another championship.
Just very quickly, your thoughts on the first half here?
I thought we dominated the first 30 minutes of the half. We kind of let them back in. Should have been 3 or 4-0 by halftime, and if it were a boxing match, it probably would have been called. But it's 2-1 now, and the Timbers are back in it, so we're going to have to come out there and put another strong performance out to get the 3 points.
All right, keep up with the rehab. Good to see you, Scotty.
Thanks.
Take care.
Thanks.
Scott Dallow, Rhinos goalkeeper, and we'll be back for the second half action here at Paytech Park. It's 2-1 lead for the Rhinos after a half of this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Paytech Park, it is a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos over the Portland Timbers. This again being the second and final meeting in the regular season between the two teams. As the teams are getting ready to line up for the start of the second half. Rochester goals by Lyons and Delicott. And Delicott with his team leading 4th of the season. Second half action, just moments away here at Paytech Park. The Rhinos out on top, 2-1. Again, Portland out shooting the Rhinos in that first half by a 6-5 margin. The Rhinos' next action coming up on Tuesday night right here at Paytech Park. Tuesday night as they begin their quest for the Open Cup. They'll be taking on the Long Island Rough Riders at Paytech Park Tuesday night. And kickoff time 7:35. And by the way, season ticket holders, please use your wild card B ticket. That's B as in boy. And that'll be Tuesday night as the Rhinos will host the Long Island Rough Riders, including Steve Jolly. You remember that name from the MLS. And a pretty good team, as I understand it. That'll be the Rough Riders here on Tuesday night for Open Cup play. Looking for substitutions in that first half. Heading into the second half, it looks like Higgins is on the pitch now for the Timbers. Higgins lined up on the outside along the near wing. So coming in to start the second half. And if Joe was doing his job, he would see what other substitutions there are. I see Morrison in the middle, coming in the 45th minute. Joe is out running around eating hot dogs and stuff here at the half.
Dad, I can't even breathe. I'm so out of shape going up the stairs.
Well, that's because you ate 4 hot dogs while you're downstairs.
I ate 5 last game, so I thought I'd cut down tonight to 4. Oh, wow.
All right, so we see Morrison is out there. Higgins is out there, and I'm not sure if there's any other substitutions at this point for the visiting Timbers or the Rhinos. I see Martinez. Ray Martinez is in.
Come off.
Lar is off, all right.
See what else we can come up with here. Okay, let me catch my breath for a second.
And looking at the Rhinos, I think that was the only substitution made for the Rhinos. Was that Ray Martinez is in, and it looks like Ambersley is out. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay, Ambersley is the one to come out. After that first half of play, he played very well.
He sure did, and he continues to impress here And that starting spot should be his for quite some time.
Here we go now. The second half of play on the near wing underneath it Bagley. As it's popped up in the air down to the Rhino 18, pushed aside.
Justin Thompson's.
All right. Thompson was the other one out along with Lara. So that's the substitutions as the ball is pushed out of bounds on the near side by the Timbers. Throw in for the Rhinos, 35 yards out off the near side, the right wing side. Rhinos shooting the net to our right, and Chris Harrison in goal down to our left. Lyons will roll it off to his left for Palguda. As he looks to the outside, sends it along the far line, but stepping up to take it away momentarily is Scott Thompson, then gets tied up, and the ball pulled away from Kramer and out near midfield, but coming back to take it right back in turn is Burns, and the Rhinos have it out to midfield for Lyons. He'll drop it off in the middle. Perry turns it off the right wing side on the near side. Cross midfield for Menyonger. Drops it back again on the near wing for Perry. He's chased there by Bagley. Perry turning back for the ball. Drops it off to Birch. And first times it away through midfield. That's quick downfield. In behind is Martinez. And it'll be an offside.
It's a tough call. The ball was deflected. And the Rhinos thought Martinez should have had a chance to get away with it. With the substitute, Griffin and Lara at the end of that first half, I thought were doing a great job attacking down the flanks. And Lara comes off, not sure if he's injured or what, but Wilkinson decides to take him off the pitch. I thought he was doing a good job.
Well, maybe because they figured he had run so much. He did start last night in Montreal. On the near wing, now across midfield is Griffin moving upfield. Watched by Ball, turns to the outside. Down to the 18 back heel, drops it off, and moving toward the middle is Higgins. Takes a look at the frame, chips it down inside. One bounce to the near post and grab there by Harrison.
Lara, if he's tired or not, he didn't seem like it at the end of that first half. He and Griffin got some free space, and they made the most of it for the Timbers.
Harrison, high volley kick, floats it through midfield, coming down all the way around the 35, and Delicott flicks it back in the middle. That one sneaking through down inside the box and picked up on the roll by Wicks. Rolls it off to the far side. Ahead is Scott Thompson. Wicks has played every minute of the season so far for the Timbers. Headed by Birch across midfield, and here Kramer sneaks it in behind after Delicott. Turning up the left side, being chased by Knowles. Slows it up at the 20. Turns back in the middle, rolls it off in the middle for Menyonger. Takes the crack at the ball, but puts it up high and wide to the right side. Missing the frame.
I think Delicott, a little surprised that it was kept onside. Kind of waiting for some support. He was 1v3. The support came in the form of Johnny Menyonger a little later. But the shot sells high and wide. You see Delicott was waiting there.
Yeah, you know what? I thought he should have kept on the run.
Take the chance, go forward, see what happens. Menyonger comes up, loves to get involved in the attack. Right. Just a little hopeful on the shot.
So we'll have the goal kick from Wicks with the right foot. Comes down just across the midfield line, still in the center circle. Lyons heads it forward for Martinez. As he's taken down, it's brought away by Griffin to the Timbers. Out of the near side into Rhino territory, switching back to the left foot, taken away by Ball neatly, and then lost it off the foot of Thompson and Arm, make that Griffin and out, and a throw in on the near side for the Rhinos at midfield. Harry will move up for the throw in. High floater across midfield, in underneath it, but that's headed away by Morrison, and the Timbers recover. Griffin to Podol, chipped up the near side, but out of bounds on the near wing, and throw in once again for the Rhinos, their own side of midfield.
This game, the first 35 minutes were gangbusters. The Rhinos were going all out. And then the fatigue sets in. And Wilkinson wants Perry to go back, but Perry keeps taking his snakes on the throw.
Well, he only gained about 30 yards. That's all right, isn't it?
I thought he was going to grab him around the waist and try to pick him up.
Pull him back.
Pull him back.
Laid across midfield, and another throw in, out of bounds. A throw in for the Rhinos on the near side. Perry this time to Burns. Turns it up the right side, chips it ahead to the open right wing corner, and in behind Delicott. Turns it to the end line, looks for the cross, sends it along down in front. Hit ball, just missing the outside. Diving for it was Lyons once again. Got the opportunity going for the lower right corner. No, wait a minute, that's Danny Kramer. Got the head ball away.
Talk about sacrificing your body. Good driven ball into the box there from Delicott and Kramer. Boot in the face. Goes in for the diving header there, just wide of the net. From the bench, it looked like it was very close to going in.
Bird's able to head it across midfield, but it's volleyed back into Rhino territory. Gregor nods it forward, but Perry getting to it will volley it through midfield for Delicott. And almost a boot in the face as he turns it upfield and chipped down to the near corner of the 18. Knowles will play it into the stands on one bounce, so the Rhinos have a throw in from 20 yards out on the near side. John Ball to take the throw in. 50th minute here at Paytech, and a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. Up 2-0, but left the Timbers back in the game right near the end of the half. That's booted away out over the end line. by the Timbers, so a corner kick for the Rhinos.
And when you get two teams that are exhausted, the midfield kind of goes by the wayside. So it's a lot of long balls direct, which leads to some exciting soccer. We'll see if that's the case here tonight.
Lines up to take the corner kick. Left-footed kicker and in-swinger. Done everything else tonight. This one low in the box, right to the middle, but that's punched away. Knocked up in the air, came down to the 6, and then kicked away out top. And settled at the 25, then booted away on top. And picked up again by Burns with the left foot, goes for the frame. Well, he goes wide to the right side to the end line, and Rhinos won't get to it. It's out over the end line, and a goal kick for the Portland Timbers. Sponsors of these broadcasts include Phoenix Graphics for all your printing needs, Food Link, Abundant Share, and by the Farish Group. The best seat in the house is in your Farish apartment. See them all at farish.com. At the right foot, Wick sends it across midfield. Handed by Birch to the outside of the near wing, but out of bounds, so a throw into the midfield line on the near side for the Timbers to be taken by Gregor. Drops it back, Griffin to Gregor once again as he tangles there with Delicott. Keeps it in play, and Burns stepping in. Spinning around, trying to get loose, and turns back with the ball to Perry. To the outside, Gregor grabbing on, but Perry still with it. With the right foot, able to clear it through midfield. Tipped aside by Ball on the near side. Delicott in a collision with Griffin. Ball comes down. Knocked away at midfield. Ben Younger into the center circle for Lines. Switching down to the left wing side for Kramer. On the attack. Overlapping in the outside goes Palguda. Catching up to it. Rolling ball ahead for Lines at the far end of the box. On him is Knowles. Back heel by Lines, but picked off by Thompson. And is taken back by the Timbers. Krummelmeyer, long pass to the far wing across midfield. Burns able to get to it. Settles it across midfield for Kramer. Rhinos on the attack again. Kramer turns it up. Rolling the ball inside. Moving in Martinez with the right foot. The shot is blocked away.
And Ray Martinez was surprised he had that much time and space. There still are some big gaps in that Portland defense. Good ball there from the Rhinos.
Right ahead to midfield. Turning back Gregor. Lines able to steal it away as he steps in behind. Now tipped up and taken down. The foul is called. And Lines having a few words for Gregor. And the ref quick to get in between. Ball comes over. Also has the word for Gregor, and now he in turn gets the yellow card from the referee.
Well, John Ball wants to be the protector there, but Lines neatly takes the ball away. Gregor's upset. He's going to take the little clip from behind. It's easily a yellow card as Lines follows through with the studs, and they get nose to nose. John Ball's just got to relax here. Doesn't need to get involved. As the damage is done, Gregor's in the book.
Oh, Ball is, I'll tell you what, he has matured over the years. He goes over and puts his arm around the referee.
Yeah, a couple years ago, that would have been the referee and his assistant trying to separate John Ball and the player.
All right, Burns setting the ball 35 yards out off the right wing side. And he wants to go for it, then backs off again. Now ready to set it up. Burns with the right foot. Goes to the back post side. That's knotted down, moving in now. Lines with the chip toward the net, but misses wide left out over the end line, and a goal kick once again for the Timbers. 54th minute and a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos.
Lines has been a very opportunistic player. Last night, his first touch comes off the bench. His first touch is a header off the crossbar. Tonight, the deflected ball by Ambersley. Lines is in the right place, and now it's laid off there from Kenny Burtz, and Lines strikes it with the right foot, just doesn't get the pace or the accuracy on that shot.
Lighted through midfield, headed in the air, turned to the outside. Martinez and Podol colliding. On the far wing, Podol able to knock it down for Thompson, and that's shipped through midfield. Locked forward again by the Rhinos. Up with it. Now is Lines, 35 yards out, switching to the outside of the right wing for Ball. Turned back to the middle, but it's tipped away and carried off by the Timbers. Griffin on the near side with a left foot, sends it to the open left wing, and now running after it is Jordan. On him is Perry, and Perry, he just rockets Jordan out of play head first.
That is some big, tough defending from the Rhinos defender. But Perry, again, in a foot race, a couple steps behind Jordan. He's got to set him down to the turf and settle things down for the Rhinos defense.
Throwing on the near side. I'll tell you what, when Perry runs you over, you know you've been run over.
He is a big boy. It's a big defensive line here for the Rhinos.
Oh, foul was called.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's a kick from the left wing side, deep in the corner. Gregor with the left foot. Serves it up in the box. Hit ball in, missing the short side. It's out over the end line, and a goal kick for the Rhinos. Who guys that got that shot away? Was it
Jordan?
Yeah, okay.
Jordan, number 26, just stepping inside the Rhinos defender and going for that near post. The rookie showing some courage there, driving it hard for the header.
Ball placed to the 6 for Harrison. Other sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include the Distillery, now open in Greece at Ridge Road and 390. By Dodge, grab life by the horns, that's Dodge. And by Connors and Ferris, workers' comp and Social Security attorneys. Call 262-COMP for Connors and Ferris. On the near wing, Perry chips it up the right side. Then Younger trying to get away, but he's beaten to the ball, and then it's popped up in the air across midfield. Burns is back, but Jordan up over top of him, heads it away and out of bounds. Throwing on the near side for the Rhinos, or was the foul called?
Yeah, Jordan climbing up the back. Kevin Burns didn't even have a chance to go up and play for the header there.
With it, Burns dropping it back to his 35 for Palguda. Takes his time, lays it out along the 35 once again. Burt's a roller into the center circle for Menyunger. He's chasing behind by Podol. Menyunger in the center circle, drops it back to Palguda. As the Rhinos begin some deliberate play. Now long service downfield, but nobody turning in for the run, and it rolls all the way down inside the 18, taken by Wicks.
Now John Ball was a great option there. He was wide open. Griffin was pushed towards the center of the park, and Ball looking for that big swing. Didn't get it.
High kick downfield, coming down around the Rochester 35, and Bird stepping in, able to hit it back across midfield. Turning back for it. Taken there by Scott Thompson. Rolled to the outside of the near wing for Griffin. Drawing it forward out across the midfield line. Martinez chasing. It's Griffin along the near wing, feed toward the middle, but that's taken away from Jordan, and the Rhinos have it. Burns, his own 25, looks in the middle, drops it off. At his 20, Burts turns it to the far side. Balguda, ruin touch ahead for Lines. He'll roll it to the outside of the left wing for Menyunger. Attacks the midfield line, being chased by Podol. Off the left wing and into Portland territory. Gets by Podol. Spinning around, nifty move on the ball. Draws it ahead. Menyunger, 20 yards out of the middle. Takes a look, but no room. And taken down. An old call is made. Play goes on. Burns has it 35 yards out. With the left foot, chipped out inside the box, but picked off the 6 on the fly by the keeper, Wicks. And Menyunger's just getting up off the pitch.
That whole play by Menyunger had makings for goal of the week. Taking players on the spin move, cuts inside here. Gets around Kremmelmeyer. Beautiful technical footwork there.
Roller along the 6. Out inside is Martinez. Has his back to the frame. Couldn't get a shot away. Near into the 18. Still being bothered. Trying to sneak behind. Turns back. Switches to the right foot. Here's a cross back post. And tipped out over the head line as Kramer trying for the head ball. But it was way wide.
I tell you, that's what you get from Ray Martinez. He comes off the bench. His touch on the ball is just fantastic. Able to possess it, hold off defenders. It's a neat turn there. I think he's looking for the big man, Delicott, instead of the smaller frame of Kramer. But give Kramer credit. Did a great job to make an effort for that one.
Ray Martinez, he's always got everybody laughing. Some of the things he says is just, you shake your head. Where did that come from? I don't know what brought up the conversation, but as we were deplaning here in Rochester this morning, somebody said to Martinez, "What's the capital of Spain?" He said, "Houston." I mean, no hesitation or anything. He just says, "Houston."
he is a very special character. Again, with his background escaping from Cuba, I think he is just happy to be free and enjoying the U.S.
Wow, if Greger, as the ball was out of play, just kicked it right into the face of a girl standing along the sidelines. Delicott having a few words for Greger. That was just, there was no call for that.
He sees the Rhino players are warming up there. I'm sure that was intended for one of the Rhino players, but there's a ball girl sitting there. That's Bush League, Greger. Poor habit. Poor choice.
Well, the ref certainly, I think, should have done something about that, and he might have, except that Greger already had the card.
So what?
Well, I agree. So what? Exactly. Well, it's pushed to the near end of the box. Delicott turning it inside, trying to get away from Greger. As he goes down, the ball rolls out over the end line. It's a goal kick.
There's the payback. Give Greger the call for the PK.
Well, 60th minute here at Paytech. And a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. And Younger back on the pitch. All the goals scored back in the first half. The Rhinos had a nice 2-0 lead. Looked like they could run away with the game. However, Portland did score almost at the end of the half to get back to within a goal. Headed in the air by Burts. It's blocked to the outside. Kremmelmeyer up the right wing is Podol into Rhino territory. Rolls it to the outside for Jordan, and Palguda runs over him, and a foul is called on Palguda.
Tough call there for the Rhinos. Things getting a little sloppy here, but again, fatigue is definitely settled in after about 35 minutes. And the pace, the intensity of this game has taken a totally different direction.
Score clock says the shots are even at 8 apiece. So free kick 35 yards out off the right wing side for the Timbers on this gorgeous evening here at Paytech. It's a beautiful night. Left-footed delivery, low in the box. Burns and just hammers it away out to midfield. And skips out of bounds at the far side. Throw in back near the midfield line for the Timbers.
And by no means do the Rhinos have this one in the bag. 2-1, 2-0, very dangerous lead. Now Timbers have come back. And, anything can happen here. 2-1, the Rhinos to sit back and hang on that. Not a good choice. Doug Miller in attendance tonight, one of the former Rhino great goal scorers. Good to see Dougie come and check out his former team at the beautiful brand new Paytech Park.
I haven't seen him for a long time.
Missed those darting runs.
Still looks like he's 14.
Still play against Dougie in our men's league here, and still scoring.
Is that why
goals.
you're still out of shape?
He's still scoring goals in bunches.
Yeah. That's out of bounds to the far side once again. Another throw in for the Rhinos from their own 18. 61st minute. 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. Rochester goals by Lyons and Delicate. Headed for Ben Younger. One touch out to midfield, but in behind, taken by Morrison. He'll then send it down to the Rhino 20 again. Skips out of bounds on the far side. That off of Palgudas. So a throw in for the Timbers on the far side of the field. Portland going out on the wing for Thompson. He'll roll it toward the middle for Gregor, spinning around, sneaks it down inside the far end of the box. Here's a cross in for the white post, and just missing out over the end line. Harrison down, tried to get a hand on it, but it was underneath him. However, fortunately for the Rhinos, it was wide.
Bagley got a great look at the goal, and that's what you can do from that corner, that angle there. It's a good turn there, sent through the top of the 18. You just drive it hard and low, whether it's on goal or just in front of the goal. Bagley does the right thing, hoping for someone to come in there and redirect it. Luckily for the Rhinos, no one there to tap it in.
Harrison sets the ball at the 6 with the right foot. Will then hammer it away and out through midfield. Delicate up, but in behind. Morrison hits it in the air, comes out of the near wing again, in underneath it, flick forward by Burns to midfield, and Lyons ships it up the right wing side, but now it away. Bauer stepping in to take it, ball, trying to catch up to it, deflected away. Younger with it, on the 25, rolling off in the middle. Younger, push, can't get a shot away, rolls it to the outside for Kramer moving up. His feet in front is blocked away out the far side. Kramer after it, nifty turn to his left to get away, chips it down inside the 6, hit ball along the 6, but knocked away and on top. Younger with a roller in, picked off the near post by the keeper, Wicks, and thrown out on the near side.
Good pressure. First time the Rhinos have really come up with anything this half.
There's long ball downfield, Gregor, but touching it away out to midfield is Birch. However, the Timbers right up with it again. Pass ahead in the middle. Bagley dummied it through, but Birch didn't fall for it. Came up with it in lines to midfield for Younger. The center circle to Martinez. Throws it to the outside of the near wing. Burns up the right wing, approaching the midfield line. Burns still at midfield. Burns looks around across midfield, sends it out of the left wing, and the offside flag is in the air.
I don't know, Dad. It was a great ball from Burns. I think when it was touched, again, it's when the ball is kicked, is the player in an offsides position. I didn't think Lyons was, but that's a great change of play there, directing it from the near side to the far side, and I thought Lyons just held himself there. Again, the offsides, can't stand that call, and I'm always good inside with the player.
64th minute. 2-1 lead, the very slim lead here for the Rhinos. Seems like it's getting slimmer of a lead all the time as Wick sends it downfield. The Timbers certainly have been applying pressure here in the second half. That rolls away and out. The foul is called on ball. So a free kick for the Timbers, 30 yards out, a little bit to the left of center.
That's another case of the referee trying to see if there's any advantage. There's not, so he calls the free kick for Portland.
Gregor setting the ball. A large two-man wall for the Rhinos just outside the 18.
And that back door is open. We'll see if Kremmelmeyer tries to expose the backside here.
It's for the back post, popped up in the air, and that out over the end line off of the Timbers, so it'll be a kick for the Rhinos. Goal kick coming up. The sponsors of these broadcasts tonight include Moya Chevrolet Buick. They always say yes. Time Warner. Get all-in-one. Digital cable, digital phone, and Roadrunner. One package. Save hundreds. And by Free Time Magazine, Western New York's Art and Entertainment Guide.
Chase Harrison getting much more confident in replacement of Scott Vallow, starting to bark on orders, direct the traffic in front of the net, and you can see it's coming game by game for the youngster. He's done a great job.
Glided through midfield, flicked forward by Delicate, but in behind, taken by Knowles. As he's upended by Younger, the ball is kicked into the stands on the far side. A throw in for the Rhinos, 20 yards out. Short throw into lines. On the left wing, Younger breaking. Here's the feed down in front, but able to head it away is Morrison. On the far side, nodded right back inside the far end of the box. Knowles turning back as it rolls to the end line, and it's stopped at the end line by Wicks. Now the 66th minute. Rhinos are here on Tuesday night. U.S. Open Cup play. The Long Island Rough Riders coming to town. Tuesday night, 7:35 is kickoff.
And Long Island, no slouch. They've got some good former MLS players. Steve Jolly, Jordan Chila. His father played for the Lancers. Renato Chila. So some quality players for Long Island.
Give and go up the right side for Lyons, but in behind, taken by Griffin. Delicott drops to the pitch, trying to stretch out the leg. He's got a bit of a leg cramp. And gets back up, but is obviously... I think probably going to need to be replaced here pretty soon.
I mean, 95 degrees last night. Comfortable night tonight. He's got to be dehydrated. The cramps start to set in here. And Deli, I'm sure, will be coming off soon.
Yeah, looks like Shirley Black getting ready to check in. Burns off on the near side. On the midfield line. Ball sneaks it across midfield. Then he's taken down. A foul is called and a free kick for the Rhinos at the midfield line.
Shirley Black is the substitute. He's not a forward. So coach will have to do some juggling. Maybe Younger pushes up with Ray Martinez, or do the Rhinos stay with one up top and make a more compact midfield?
Perry chips it to the open right wing corner. Getting to it is dumped in the corner is Lyons. He's got two players on him. Gregor giving a knee to the ribs of Lyons. And
what is this call?
Boy. Well, and Lyons, he takes the foul.
They're going to call dangerous play on the Kiwi Aaron Lyons.
Oh, yeah. He hit Gregor's knee with his rib cage. Man.
Wow.
67th minute. 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. Wicks delivers downfield. Coming down at the Rochester 35. Hit it in the air by Burtz out of the near side, but out of bounds. Throw in again on the near wing. For the Timbers, Gregor spinning around, but that's kicked away and turned by Younger. Then long chip by Morrison up the left wing side, rolling deep to the end line. After it along the end line, it's taken by Jordan. Watch 1v1 with Perry. Near into the box, sneaking through in front, but blocked away and out over the end line. Off of the Timbers. A goal kick once again for the Rhinos.
Jason Perry doing a little bit of refereeing and playing. Luckily, he kept his eye on Brian Jordan, who did eventually get around him. But Perry...
Well, you know, they should give him a flag. He's got his arm in the air.
Yeah. Give him a whistle,
give him a flag. What the heck?
Throw a whistle in there, too.
All right, so Delicott is off, and Shirley Black is in here in the 68th minute. Nice job once again by Delicott.
Yeah, he is definitely finding his rhythm and being very comfortable. Now there's going to be some adjustments here for the Rhinos. Shirley Black will go out to the left side of midfield. Kramer comes to the right side, and looks like Martinez, maybe Johnny Ball will play up top. We'll see how this shapes up for the Rhinos.
Kick downfield by Burns. Right it across the midfield line. That one sneaking through. Ball in behind. However, a foul was called on the Rhinos for the push, so it'll be a free kick for the Timbers, their own side of midfield. Griffin rolls it off in the middle for Knowles. To the outside for Thompson, moving across midfield into Rhino territory. They'll draw it down on the far wing. Still with it, Thompson, a roller toward the middle. Turned off by Podol. Sends it back into the center circle. Chased down by Gregor. They'll spin around on the near side of midfield. Rolling ball ahead for Podol. Got away from him. Burns knocks it loose for Lyons. Right back to Burns. Rhinos have it. Through to midfield. That's knocked down in the center circle, and play goes on. This is taken back by the Timbers. Gregor dropping it out on the near wing for Higgins. Give and go pass to the outside. Gregor trying to get away, but Burns grabbing on, gets called for the foul.
I tell you, Gregor is so animated that he wins a lot of these calls. He's definitely 50-50 there with Burns. But still, he kind of makes that reaction. The referee sees it. Gregor gets the call.
All right, Gregor set for the restart. 35 yards out, making 40 yards out to the left of center. He's going to roll it another couple of feet ahead.
You know, they're both swinging arms left and right, and Gregor makes it look worse than
he gets the arm and the head and everything else going.
The whole body's in it.
Yeah, Gregor with the left foot. Long service for the back post. That's knocked down along the line as Harrison bumped on the line, running into a Portland player. In fact, there's a couple of Portland players that are down on the pitch, and they're calling for the trainer right away.
That was a great ball.
Burt's colliding with, who is it in there? Looks like Thompson, maybe. And Thompson had the wind knocked out of him. So the trainer out to take a look at him. 70th minute here at Paytech, and a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos.
All sorts of things going. The ball swerving away from Chase Harrison. He gets blasted into by Burtz and Thompson. And Thompson gets the worst of it, but it's good left-footed service into the box. The flick comes from Jason Perry. And then the collision happens behind the play. Good to see Thompson get back up, and they'll take a quick look at it in the sidelines. Hopefully return for the Timbers.
So Thompson is out, and a goal kick for the Rhinos. Here's Harrison with the kick, plays it through midfield. Goes in underneath it as he battles Martinez, and there he's called for the foul, so a free kick for the Rhinos just across midfield into Portland territory.
Talk about the tale of two games. First 35 minutes, this is a Rhinos team I never saw play so well this year. And then from there on, they got tired, and the game has really come to a crawl.
Through the center circle over the near side for Perry, turning back. He'll roll it all the way back to the keeper. Harrison stops it at his 18. Bagley pressuring, and Harrison then will drive it out through midfield. Headed back along the midfield line. Turning back for it, picked up by Gregor, rolls it across midfield. Perry stepping in. He'll then tackle it away. He slid in underneath Higgins, knocked him down, and a foul is called on Perry.
Lucky not to get a yellow card there. Perry comes in hard from behind. There's no yellow card, and then Perry helps him up, says, I'm sorry. And I think that's what saves him from getting the yellow.
Not sure what that was all about. Podol threw the ball at Lyons, and Lyons threw it right back to him.
And they tried the quick restart, and the referee said, let's bring it back.
All right, so Gregor is complaining about Martinez being a little too close.
Gregor served some good balls into the box.
Sends it down on the left side. That's headed away out top and knotted to the outside by Ball. Chased down by Kramer along the near wing. As he gets to it, sneaks it along the midfield, across the touchline on the near side, across midfield, and Martinez works the right wing side, rolls it to the outside after Kramer, looking for the cross down on the 6, but is booted away on the near side and out of bounds, and a throw in on the near side for the Rhinos.
This game needs another goal to open things up and get the fans back into the game. They've really quieted down as well.
Kramer set for the throw-in as he goes deep to the corner for Martinez. Grabbed onto, rolls it back along the near side. It's rolling along the touchline and finally went out. So we'll have a throw-in deep down in the Rhinos' territory along the near side of the field.
And Gregor just has not had a chance tonight.
He just kicked the ball again along the near side, and he didn't hit a ball boy or a ball girl that time, but he was close.
I think he's frustrated. Again,
he's been nasty tonight.
He hasn't had a chance to get himself going into the flow of the game, and I think he's definitely flustered. We're seeing that in his actions.
Lines drop back midfield. Burns turns it to his own side of midfield for Perry. As he's turned back, able to sneak it through. Lines one touch to the outside for Burns. Pass ahead, deflected away. Lines up with it again across midfield on the right side, brought away. And across midfield on the attack is Johnny Ball. He'll switch it long to the left wing side, and in underneath it is Black. Shirley Black down to the far corner of the 18. Chased there by Thompson as he carries it all the way to the corner. Still turns back now and rolls it down inside the box for Menyanger. Turns it along the end line, spin around, watched by Knowles. Menyanger to the end line, turns back again, switching, knocked away out over the end line. Nifty foot movement there by Menyanger, and finally creates the corner kick.
You know, you can tell that Johnny Menyanger is much more comfortable this season. I just think his touches on the ball, he's so crafty and creative. We're seeing so much more from Johnny Menyanger, like the old days with the Minnesota Thunder. Menyanger, he is back, and he's playing some great soccer this year.
Ball set to serve it up off the left wing corner. With the right foot, in swinging kick for the back post. That's flicked away out the near side over the end line. Another corner kick for the Rhinos, this time off the right wing side.
They'll take it. This will eat away at the clock and keep the ball deep in Portland territory. Lyons takes his time.
74th minute. I don't know if I've ever seen a clock run this slow or not before.
Like I said, this is two different games tonight, and for the Rhinos and for Portland, these guys got to be exhausted. There's just nothing left, and they want this 90-minute mark to come.
This time, Lyons will serve it up off the left wing side. Another in-swinger into the middle of the box. Knocked down on top, moving in. Ball with a shot. It takes a crack at it, but it's deflected. Maybe wasn't deflected, just shanked up over top and wide of the net. Out of play.
He just couldn't get the ball to settle down for him. The Portland defender was closing in. I think Ball struck it a little sooner than he would have liked. But nonetheless, a good look at the goal from Johnny Ball.
So a goal kick. Delivered downfield into the center circle. As Lyons was bumped, couldn't get underneath it. It's knotted to the outside of the near wing for Gregor. Throws it along the 35, looking to sneak it through. Palguda will touch it away into the stands. Throwing on the near side. Griffin stepping up for the Timbers. Has it 35 yards out. Goes short on the throw-in. That's blocked away by Ball, but then he goes flying, and the foul is called on Portland, so a free kick for the Rhinos.
This is just fatigue. Guys are tired. They're not making that extra step to the ball. And that's when the fouls come. And you're seeing they come here late in the second half. The guys just can't move. And they got to take the player down.
75th minute. 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. Still available for substitution for the Rhinos. Bonsu, Bolton, and Shifley. Novak is on the roster, but he is injured. I don't think he can play. Long service downfield, stepping in, headed away, back on the 35, but a foul is called on the Rhinos. So a free kick for the Timbers from their own 30.
Played no love lost between Lyons and his former team. The Timbers total that time taking the hit, but Lyons also, he's been given a few shots as well. So it's a nice payback overall if it stays like this, Lyons, with a goal and an assist.
Kick downfield by Wicks, all the way to the Rochester 20. Headed neatly in the air by Burtz out of the near side. Great timing on leaping for the head ball. Out of bounds, however, and they throw in for the Timbers. Getting away is Kremmelmeyer. He'll roll it down in front, but Palguda knocks it away. However, deflection as they race for the ball. Deflected away once again by Lyons. Now played out at midfield, and the Timbers up with the ball again. On the near side, Griffin. On the left wing for Gregor. Back to Griffin. They play catch and sneaking across midfield. Ball moving in as he's pulled down off the jersey. No call made. Timbers back for the ball, picking it up their own side of midfield. Knowles will chip it down to the Rochester 20. On the far side, headed forward. Gets to the outside by Lyons, but the Timbers getting to it. Thompson breaking for the 18. That's tipped through in front. Moving in Higgins. Turns to his right, can't get a shot away. And is booted away by Lyons and out to near midfield. Lots of players down on the field.
Yeah, it's fatigue. The touches are off. The passing is off. And these guys looking for the PK there. Very close. Timbers almost bought one there.
Jordan is still down on the pitch inside the 18. It's his left leg, evidently, that's cramping up. Now he's trying to stretch out the right leg, and the ball played out of bounds, so it'll be a stoppage of play here as the referee will come over to take a look at Jordan. He's calling for the trainer to come out. 77th minute here at Paytech. And it's a 2-1 lead for the Rhinos. Other sponsors of these broadcasts include Nothnagel, Rochester's full-service realtor, and by Perry's Ice Cream. Life's a bowl of Perry's.
Good chance here for the guys to get some fluids in them. As Manyanger and Kramer check to the Rhinos bench. Jordan.
A yellow flag, pit stop. Everybody.
I thought it was white flag.
Everybody.
Yellow flag's caution?
Yellow flag's caution.
In the first half, you needed a yellow
flag.
White
flag is last lap.
They're on their last lap for the last 35 minutes of this game.
Well, anyway, the guys can make a pit stop, come over and get a drink of water.
Manyanger getting some instructions from Coach Calloway. Coach pointing out some different formations, I'm sure, for Johnny Manyanger. But again, sloppy play in the box there. Players converging on the ball, just collisions, all sorts of things that you see happen when there's nothing left in this thing.
So Jordan is up, running it off, seems to be okay. And we'll have the restart out near midfield. Joey, where are you going to be Tuesday night?
Tuesday night right here.
All right, that's all be right here. And we hope you're all here too Tuesday night. As the Rhinos host the Long Island Rough Riders, the first game they'll play this season in U.S. Open Cup play. We certainly hope it's not the last game, but it'll be a tough task ahead.
It's always an exciting time of year. You think back to 99 when the Rhinos beat Portland for the Cup. Is it going to happen again? Who knows? That's why we play the game.
Played away out of bounds, and so back forward will go the Timbers, taking the throw in from their own 35. Long throw in across midfield. Nodded back to the midfield line, but in turn picked up by the Timbers. Played back to their own side of midfield for Thompson, spinning around as he's chased by Lyons. He'll then roll it all the way back to the keeper. Wicks first times it away and across midfield. Lighted over Burns. Big hop of the ball and Perry in underneath it. And he just shanked it up into the stands.
And that last time out there, Coach Calloway brought Manyanger over. What he's done is he's made the midfield a lot more compact, going with 5 in the midfield, leaving Martinez as the lone striker.
Find out across midfield, but the Timbers again on the attack. Up the right side, but in behind. Offside flag in the air against the Timbers.
It's Kremmelmeyer, who's coming off of a bruise on his right foot. Had 8 goals last year, but he has been silent tonight for the Portland Timbers. That's the way the Rhinos got to keep it. He's a quality player who spent some time with Real Salt Lake of Major League Soccer.
Now the 80th minute here at Paytech. And we might see a substitution coming up. Well, I'll tell you what, we might see a brand new face on the pitch for the Rhinos here tonight. That's played along the right wing side, chased down on the right wing to the near end of the 18 after it goes ball. Drawing it to the end line, turning back once again, being bothered there by Griffin. Wasting time, ball as much as possible. That's tipped away and out, so a throw in deep in the corner for the Rhinos. Getting ready to check into the match. It is Shifley, is it not?
It is Shifley.
Line stepping in, taking the throw in. Triple team now, taken down, foul is called. Rhinos have the kick, 10 yards out off the near side. And you're ready to check into the match for the Rhinos. P.J. Shifley will be his first appearance for the Rhinos.
Talk to Coach Callaway. He's pretty excited about Shifley. I know there's some trouble with finalizing his contract, but that's all taken care of now, and he can make his debut with the Rhinos.
Looks like it'll be Danny Kramer to come out. Here's the service by Line, sends it down in front, but headed away and out top. In underneath of his ball, nods it down inside the 18 again, but that's headed away and out top to the 35. Bagley bumped as the ball popped up in the air, up toward midfield and blocked away on the far side. Black able to block it away out of bounds, throw in on the far side for the Timbers from their own 35. We'll have a substitution coming up. Kramer is out and Shifley is in. And this coming in the 81st minute.
Kramer is shifted to a right defensive position, so we'll see how Shifley sets things up. He's a midfielder normally. Looks like he'll drop to the right side of defense. Replacing Kramer, who's had a great first half, but like the rest of the squad here, and both squads, really has fallen victim to the fatigue bug.
On the restart, push out of bounds on the far side. Another throw in for the Timbers just across the midfield line. Throw in. Gregor dropping it back, or Bagley make that out of bounds off of Menyonger. So once again, a throw in along the far side. Gregor at the Rochester 35 got away and out of bounds. Another throw in for the Timbers. They gain about 2 yards at a time.
It'll be a kick. Gregor again.
All right,
the arms in the air. He had his jersey tugged on, and he made sure the referee saw it.
John Ball's jersey's 3 times bigger than it was at the start of the half.
John's got to do the Gregor, shuffle the arms.
Long service down inside the box. Up they go. A whole bunch of players hit right into the midsection of Harrison. Comes up with the ball. That's being in the right place at the right time.
It's the second time now their crosses have come in the box. And Chase Harrison's been in the right spot.
On ball. Served down inside. Now the 18. Martinez on the left wing. Turns back with the left foot. Switches to the right foot. Draws it to the end line. Takes the shot and misses the short side. He ran out of territory.
He did, and Griffin makes a major mistake. He didn't know if he should head it or play with his feet. It goes through to Martinez. Martinez just slows things down instead of going directly at that defender. It gives the Timbers a chance to recover defensively.
So we'll have the kick from the 6. Floater through midfield. Lines up. And played it over top of him. In behind now. Headed forward by Palguda. And Lyons will spin it out across midfield. That wasn't Palguda. That was Burtz. Drop back once again, taking the central midfielder, central defender, Knowles to the outside of the far wing for Thompson. Approaching midfield, delivers through midfield, Birch is back with the left foot, just hammers it away and downfield. Turning backward goes Knowles. 83rd minute here at Paytech. Knowles off of the middle for Morrison. Turns it to the outside again for Knowles, approaching midfield. Off the right wing, long boot downfield. Eight to the far corner, after it goes Gregor. Perry on him at the end line. Gregor spinning around in the far corner. Perry still watching him. Looking to switch it back with the right foot. Delivers down inside the 18. Ball knocked down. There's a shot in. And wide comes out the near end of the 18. He's down by Ball on the near side. As he turns it off the wing, that got away. But no, Gregor up with it again. And it's headed away by Shifley. And Gregor goes down. And the ball rolls away and out. Gregor gets up holding the back of his head.
A collision there with John Ball, but Portland definitely having the better of play here in this second half, and you get the feeling Coach Callaway looks up at that scoreboard, and when's that 90-minute mark going to come?
Wow, look at that throw in by Shifley across midfield. That was a rocket. Knocked down again. Portland turning it to the outside of the near wing. Spinning back with it is Griffin. He'll cross it through the center circle. Thompson after it. 84th minute now as the Rhinos wanting the clock to speed up. The Timbers wanting it to slow down as the ball is chipped deep on the right wing side. Birch back to head it away. Black will spin it away out toward midfield. Menyonger checking back as he's triple teamed. That's knocked loose. Black with it momentarily, and then a Portland player, Thompson, knocked down. The ball is taken by Portland, turned toward the middle. Taken there by Higgins, looking for the through ball to Gregor. Moving in, but kicked away by Shifley. After Menyonger, Podol up with it. Line stepping in as he goes down over top of Podol, and Line turns away with the ball. Then he's knocked down, and the foul is called, and Gregor has a couple of words. Lines, and now we'll have a yellow card being issued to Podol.
It was Gregor, I thought, who was doing the complaining there, but it's just a big collision. Podol comes in hard with both feet on the tackle there. Gregor also comes in knocking lines down.
Well, you know what? I think that the referee was hearing the comments in stereo.
I think so, because he was looking down, and then Podol got the yellow card. I think it was more coming from behind in Gregor.
Lighted through midfield. Burns in underneath it. Nods it across midfield for Black. Left foot to the head, but underneath it, Morrison pops it up in the air, but sends it into the stands in the far wing, and a throw in for the Rhinos. 86th minute here at Paytech. Throw in off the left wing side. Black takes it there, rolls it along the touchline for Martinez. Drops it back to Shirley Black. He'll play toward the middle, chasing after it, but doesn't catch up to it. And the ball is then hammered out through midfield. Birch heads it aside, Shifley checking back, drops it off for Perry. And his own 30 on the near side. Perry with the right foot drives it away and across midfield with the right foot. Taken there by Morrison. On the Timbers, rolls it along his 35 in the middle for Knowles. Switching to the other side, the right wing for Thompson. On the far wing, long chip downfield. Now Goody into headed forward. Podol stepping in, and he'll kick it away into the stands. A throw in across the way for the Rhinos. Another substitution coming up for the Rhinos is T-Bone. Tinmar Bonsu getting ready to check in. As he'll be replacing Jason Perry. 86th minute for the substitution. Bonsu is in.
You got to give Jason Perry credit. Stand-up guy. He's not normally an outside defender. He played a huge part of the game on the outside, and Jason Perry, he did a good job. Got to give him credit as he gives the crowd a nice round of applause. Bonsu now will step in. Naturally a central defender, so it's just a defender for a defender here.
Perry playing almost a full 90. And a great job. He has not seen a whole lot of action this season, so I'm sure that the conditioning factor is not quite there for Perry.
It's great to see Jason get a huge part of the game. He's a first-class guy, and when he's healthy, he's one of the best defenders in the league.
At midfield, rolled toward the middle. That's popped up in the air and out of the near side. Bonsu rolls it to the outside for Shifley up the right wing, and a pass ahead for Ball. Long midfield, gets tied up and gets away from Gregor. Shifley on the attack now, trying to move in. Rolls it off in the middle for Martinez. Drops it back, lines to the left wing side for Black. Moving down to the 20, into the middle for Martinez. Takes a look, rolling ball inside the 18 is knocked down and carried away by the Timbers.
Not enough top on that shot for Martinez.
That's it. Now Jordan being watched by Birch. Hinkley stepping over the ball, snakes it through, but Bonsu back to recover it, pushes to the outside of the 18 along the near wing and Ball up with it. On the right wing side, brought away by Johnny Ball. He'll just flight it downfield. Martinez after it. On the near wing, Ben Younger was down on the pitch, but gets back up as he sees Martinez moving to the corner with the ball. Now being double teamed, Martinez taken down. Ball is kicked out. Throw in deep in the corner for the Rhinos here in the 88th minute.
Going back to that last attack by Portland, Kenny Burt's wonderful job of holding his ground, not committing to Jordan, who was trying the fancy footwork. Normally those smaller guys turn the big guys around, but not that time.
In the corner, Martinez knocking it loose. This time out over the end line, and a goal kick for the Timbers.
And Coach Kelly wanted to maintain possession in the corner, eat away at the clock, and Martinez maybe some other thoughts of going forward.
Right ahead, Wicks the keeper with the kick, sends it out through midfield. Lines up, heads it back across midfield. That's knotted in turn into Rhino territory. Knocked down. Gregor has it in the center circle. Chased by Menyonger. They're almost able to boot it away. Now Gregor is stripped up, taken down. Martinez stepped in, and Gregor went sort of flying.
I think Gregor's looking forward to playing for the futsal team in Spain. He needs a change of scenery.
Cross midfield into Rhino territory on the far wing. Palguda drives that one up into the stand, so a throw in for the Timbers.
Well, John Ball and Gregor, oppositions tonight, teammates next week.
Thompson up for the throw in, 20 yards out, off the right wing. Sends it down inside the box. They went sneaking through along the end line. Blocked there. Popped up in the air on the near side, and Shifley will nod it away out the near end of the box. Ian Higgins chasing after it, and Higgins blocks Shifley away, so the ball rolls out. A throw in on the near side for the Timbers. 20, make that 15 yards out. Then down inside the near end of the box. Pass along the 6-man. Younger gets the right foot on it. Bangs it high in the air. And lines then will further it away. Sends it out across midfield. Turning back for it goes Morrison. 90th minute. Question is, how much stoppage time? 10 downfield, headed off in the middle. Bagley nods it down inside, but Bonsu gets the right foot on it to clear it away. Then Burns on the short hop, chips it downfield, and Martinez after it. Morrison chasing him. Ray Martinez near corner of the 18, turns it back along the middle. As he spins around, waits for help to catch up, sends it to the outside to the corner for Ball. Johnny Ball takes his time. Griffin coming over. Ball will waste as much time as he possibly can in the corner. He's pulled off the ball. No call is made, but he steals it right back. And finally rolled out over the end line, and it's a goal kick.
That's the guy, though, you want in the corner, possessing the ball to kill time. John Ball, very physical player. He knows the shots are coming from behind, but he's able to fight them off and chew away some valuable time off that clock.
3 minutes. 3 minutes of injury time. All right, as the clock now stopped at 90. Ball served out through midfield. Birch heads it across midfield. Ball on the near side, chasing after it along with Griffin, and Griffin slides in, knocks Ball and the ball flying, and it'll be a throw in on the near side for the Rhinos right in front of their own bench.
To touch on your point you made earlier, Kenny Birch's timing tonight on the head balls has been fantastic. Absolutely precise on the timing.
On the near side, Shifley up the wing as it rolls to the end line. Martinez trying to get in behind Morrison, carries the ball to the corner. Morrison on him, now double team as Martinez gets away with the ball, turns back, now being chased by Morrison, and rolls to the corner. Now across the end line, another goal kick for the Timbers.
Valuable time ticking away. That's something Portland doesn't have, and Martinez and Ball doing a good job with the possession.
Right away upfield. Thompson sends it through midfield, but stepping in behind Bert's able to bang it away out of bounds on the far side to throw in for the Timbers. At midfield on the far side. Thompson with a throw in. And moving in, unable to get to it. Bonsu, as they only came in studs up, so a foul is called and a free kick for the Timbers off the right wing just across midfield.
I'm surprised the Timbers don't pack the box even more. Griffin and Wicks are still back. So this is a great opportunity. Now Griffin's going to push up.
All right, so they get all of the size they can down inside the box.
I still say you throw everyone and everything forward.
Rolled out top for Podol, turns it back to the outside. Drawing it down to the 25 on the far wing. Spinning around, and as the Rhinos attack, and Younger grabbing onto an arm ball laid back. Now Podol chips it down inside, but headed away by Shifley. Out to the midfield circle. Grabbed onto by Griffin. He slowed up, turned around, all of a sudden he's standing there holding the ball.
What do you say?
Okay.
I can't even make anything up on that one.
You think I can get away with this or what?
He took it was like a wide receiver. It landed up in his chest. He took a few steps, got the first down.
Hertz will boot it away downfield. As that's headed away, and out top, moving in his lines off the chest on the near wing, turns it to the outside for Martinez. 5 yards out. Looks for the cross, spinning around. Now he thinks better of it and ties it up. Drops it off of the near sidelines, touching it to Ball. He stands there looking to sneak the ball through the lines. As the Rhinos playing a bit of keep away, probably about a minute to go in stoppage time as it's sent through midfield. And Bonsu steps up to head it forward for lines, and now away with it is Podol. With the left foot, long service downfield. Burns is back to head it away, and Shifley nods it toward the center circle for Burns. He'll hammer it way up in the air, and the ball will come down in about a half an hour. Locked away at midfield. The Rhino step in. Black sends it downfield, but then Younger's in behind. Offside flag. Whistle should blow any second. Wicks moving the players away. Take the kick from his own 40. Rhinos are wondering where the whistle is. Long kick downfield inside the box. Headed away. Flick to the end line. Shifley with the left foot will and send it out to midfield. And that is it. The Rhinos are able to hold on here for the victory tonight. Coming away with the win. So the Rhinos out with a 2-1 victory here tonight as they equal the season series with the Portland Timbers at 1 victory apiece. And the Rhinos now have continued their string unbeaten in the last 5. 3 wins and 2 ties in the last 5 games for the Rhinos. And with the win, the Rhinos will move to the top of the table, at least for a little while here in the USL First Division. All right, we're going to send you downstairs now for the interview here at the end of the game. Soccer Sam, take it away, Sammy.
Soccer fans, we're here live out of the field. Winning goal tonight, 2-1 against the Portland Timbers. What a goal, what a pass.
Yeah, it was a great pass. He came out, just took one touch and just slotted it in. You know, I wasn't sure if it was going to creep. You know, the guy was on my back, so I didn't get a clean shot on it. I just put something on frame. atmosphere just sprinkled in there. So great to score.
You smoked it early, your fourth goal of the season, my man. You're back in stride, second year Rhino. You got to be excited.
Absolutely, I think this 3 points puts us top of the league. These guys beat Montreal last night, and not a lot of people go to Montreal and win, so it's great to be top of the league. It's great to score, and I think we're very happy with the result.
All right, man, great job there. Wish you the best luck the rest of the year. We're going to be doing this every home game, baby, so these fans get to see the players.
Great, I love it. It's awesome.
All right, Matthew Delicott, I love it. Let's go back to the Don and bring your broadcasting. Don.
All right, Sammy. You know what? That's one thing about Sam. He just doesn't get excited, Joey.
No, not at all. That's the calm and mellow soccer Sam.
Well, I'll tell you what, the Rhinos are got to be awful happy and awful pleased with themselves right now as they come away with a victory here. And right now, the Rhinos on top of the league with 20 points. Second is Vancouver with 18, followed by Montreal 16 and Seattle 15. So great weekend as the Rhinos come away with a tie and a win here tonight. The final score at Paytech Park, the Rochester Rhinos 2, the Portland Timbers 1, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network. Tonight at Paytech Park, the Rhinos up with a victory to move to the top of the table in the USL First Division as they move by Vancouver with 20 points. Vancouver now with 18. The concern right now, of course, for the Rhinos is having played the most games in the league. Rochester has played 13. Vancouver has played 10. Montreal only 9. Portland has played only 8. And Seattle has played 11, so certainly the Rhinos have more points, but they've also played more than anybody else.
But let's not forget the Rhinos have just gone through an incredible stretch of away games. They've played more games than anybody else, but they have a huge chunk of home games coming up. So that's, I think that's a benefit for the Rhinos coming up here in 2007.
Rhinos starting out the season playing 10 of their first 12 on the road. So right now the Rhinos have played 13 games, 10 of them on the road. Portland, on the other hand, has played only 3 of their games on the road. 5 at home so far. So, yeah, that is a big difference. I think still there is a home field advantage in this game.
Oh, without a doubt, especially Paytech Park with the crazies in the corner over there. Makes it definitely a home field advantage.
Let's take a look at the scoring in the match tonight. It all started out back in the 5th minute as the Rhinos come up with the first goal of the game. Aaron Lyons puts the Rhinos on the board. This one makes it 1-0. Gouda looking for the cross, knocked down to the end line, then deflected out in front. There's a shot in. He scored! Aaron Lyons, a side volley kick off one hop, puts it in the upper right corner. Ball came right to him, and he buries it, and the Rhinos take a 1-0 lead. So Lyons putting the Rhinos on top of the 5th minute, 1-0. And the Rhinos came back and made it 2-0. It was Matthew Delicott recording his team leading 4th of the season. Lyons assisting on the play. This goal in the 28th minute turns out to be the game winner. Perry giving it off. Turning back with a left foot driven through. And then behind Delicott. He's inside. Turns to the right. Moving inside. Roller. He scores! Matthew Delicott had one last night. Picks up another here tonight. And the Rhinos are up 2-0. So that in the 28th minute again turns out to be the game winner as the Rhinos taking a 2-0 lead. But they left the Timbers back in the game in the 41st minute as it was Griffin to score from a long way away, his second of the season, and both goals coming against the Rhinos this season. A goal scored once again by Leonard Griffin, this one to make it 2-1. 41st minute, there's a crack at the frame, and they score! Moving in off the left wing side, that was hammered in by Griffin, nailed the upper left corner, might have caught Harrison flat-footed, and nails the upper corner. All of a sudden, it's a new game, it's a 1-goal game. That scored in the 41st minute, as that was the last goal of the game, actually, and the game had been decided at that point, but who would have known it? Back in the first half, that made it 2-1, and that's the way it ended up, as there was no scoring the rest of the way through the second half of play. Looking at the unofficial stats in the game, the shots on the score clock say that they were even up at 11 apiece. 11 shots for each team. Corner kicks, 6 for the Rhinos and 1 for Portland. Fouls in the game, 14 fouls against Portland and 13 against the Rhinos. And offsides, Rochester with 6 and the Timbers with 3. And then in fouls, we gave that already. What did we miss? Saves. It's 4 saves on the board for Harrison and 1 save for Wicks. So there's your unofficial stats in the game here tonight. All right, let's check these awards now. First of all, a Paytech call of the game, brought to you by Paytech, personalizing personal communications. Here's the call of the game. Gregor spinning around the far corner, Perry on him, and now the ball sent down inside, head ball, knocked down by Harrison off the line, comes up with a great save on Bagley's head ball. Wow, outstanding save by Chase Harrison. And that was a huge save, Joe, right there.
It sure was. A great positioning by Chase Harrison. If it's a little to the left or the right, he's got to make an incredible save, but his positioning was perfect on that one.
So tonight's Pellegrino sub of the game selection is brought to you by Pellegrino's. Always fresh, always fast, and always delicious. The subs on the night, Shirley Black came in the 68th. Martinez back in the 45th. Later on in the game, P.J. Shifley, his first appearance of the season. Denwell Bonzu in the 86th minute. Joe, who's the Pellegrino sub of the game?
The usual. The man off the bench who's the myth, the legend, Ray Boom Boom Martinez.
Yeah.
He came in and he just does a nice job. He's technical. He possesses the ball well. I think Ray Boom Boom Martinez deserves the player of the game, or sub of the game.
And he's just fun to watch.
That's what soccer's all about. You want more of those players.
So let's go now with the power trip player of the game.
The Kiwi, Aaron Lyons, the former member of the Portland Timbers, scored a very opportunistic goal, and the ball bounced right to him inside the box, but then the setup on Matthew Delacott's second goal. Just a beautiful goal, great vision by Aaron Lyons to set that whole table.
You know, not only that, but he was in the mix the whole night long, both defensively and offensively.
Yeah, no love lost at all between Lyons and his former team, the Portland Timbers. He stuck in there hard. He took his shots, and when it counted, he made them pay.
Now that is the player of the game tonight. Selection brought to you by Power Trip. Taste the power. And the Excellus Play of the Game, which is brought to you by Excellus Blue Cross Blue Shield, helping you achieve your goals. Here's the play of the game. Harry giving it off. Turning back with a left foot driven through, and then behind Delicott. He's inside, turns to the right, moving inside. Roller, he scores! Matthew Delicott had one last night, picks up another here tonight, and the Rhinos are up 2-0. So the game-winning goal is the play of the night tonight. And certainly a great job by Delicott to put it away to make it 2-1, which held up the rest of the way for the victory. Good crowd on hand here at Paytech Park tonight. 10,042 the attendance here for this game against Portland tonight. Over 10,000 fans in attendance on this gorgeous night at Paytech Park. Well, it's not too bad down the road at Frontier either, but here at Paytech,
right?
yeah, here at Paytech, it's a gorgeous evening.
It sure is, and I think if we saw any warmer temperatures, I think we would have saw an even slower second half. So luckily, the temperatures were nice and cool, and the guys could continue at somewhat of a pace here tonight.
Well, now the Rhinos have gotten through this grueling beginning to the season. Again, playing 10 of 12 on the road, coming home for their 13th game and their third only on home turf. You'd look for a little bit of rest at this point. However, the Rhinos are right back in action on Tuesday night for the U.S. Open Cup first round.
I don't want to say you're going to come in and take the Long Island Rough Riders lightly, but they're a lower-level team. You maybe can give some guys a look who haven't had a lot of time this year, rest some of the other guys who need to get the bumps and bruises taken care of. So maybe we'll see some different faces. Not too many. You want to keep the core players in, but give some guys a rest, and I think the Rhinos will be fine against Long Island.
Well, certainly the thing is that you don't want to take them too lightly, like you say, because, I mean, you lose that game and you're out of the competition.
Yeah, it's one and done, and I think Coach Callaway is going to handle it the right way. I think the core players, the central players will still be in. Some of the role players, I think he can interchange and give some new guys a look.
Well, even though the Rhinos have played more games than anybody else, still you look at it, and through 13 games, 10 of them on the road, and the Rhinos are on top of the heap. I mean, that's just phenomenal.
And to add to that, I got to be honest, have they played their best soccer yet? I think we saw parts of that tonight in the first few minutes of the game, but they have not even hit their stride yet, and they're still on top of the table. So when they get firing on all cylinders, this is going to be a club that watch out.
All right, Joe still has more to come your way tonight as what's happening in the postgame.
Well, Soccer Sam and I have some great tickets to give away to the U.S. Open Cup game. On Tuesday, we'll talk to some players and recap this 2-1 win tonight, Don.
All right, Joe, thanks a lot for being along. Great job as always.
You too, Chief.
Joe Giuliano, and I'm Don Stevens. Soccer Sam down on the field. We thank you so much for being along. Remember, the post-game show continues in just a couple of moments, so stick with us for more. Allison back in the studios. Great job there. And be here Tuesday night as the Rhinos take on the Long Island Rough Riders, 7:35 kickoff in U.S. Open Cup play. Rhinos have moved to first place in the league. Tonight, the victory over the Portland Timbers, the final. Play Rhinos 2 and the Timbers 1. Thanks for being along, and this is the Rhinos Broadcast Network.
Network. I am Joe Giuliano. Your final score tonight from Paytech Park, the Rochester Raging Rhinos 2, the Portland Timbers 1. It's time for the Zweigels out-of-town scoreboard and standings. Again, the Zweigels out-of-town scoreboard and standings. Your final score tonight again, Rochester 2, Portland 1. Scoring for the Rhinos, Aaron Lyons and Matthew Delicott. Leonard Griffin scoring for the Portland Timbers. So with the win now, the Rhinos have a record 5 wins, 3 losses, and 5 ties. They've played 13 games, 20 points, and they are on top of the table in the USL First Division. The Timbers now have 4 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. With the 2 goals given up tonight, they've got 6 goals against. They've got 14 points still. Other games tonight, we'll get some scores as we go on throughout the evening. Seattle is at Atlanta, Puerto Rico is at Miami, and Minnesota is at California. In Major League Soccer, Chivas USA is at Chicago, and LA is at Dallas. And again, we'll have updates throughout the night on the post-game show. Again, your final score from Paytech Park, the Rhinos 2, the Portland Timbers 1. Delicott and Lines on the score sheet tonight. When we come back, it'll be the Heineken Direct call-in show, also sponsored by Auction Direct. We'll take your phone calls, folks, 346-3000, or it's a free call on the Verizon Wireless at star 1040. You are listening to Raging Rhinos Soccer on WYSL 1040 AM.
The Rhinos begin their quest for the U.S. Open Cup on Tuesday at 7:30. Come cheer on the Rhinos as they take on former Metro star Steve Dolly and the Long Island Rough Riders in the 2007 U.S. Open Cup. It's $1 day. Kids 12 and under get in for just $1. Tickets are available at the Paytech Park box office, Ticketmaster.com, or call 232-1900 to charge by phone. Come see why we are Soccertown, USA.
Soccer fans, Soccer Sam here. We're back live at Paytech Park. Huge victory for the Rhinos, 2-1 against the Portland Timbers. And my player of the game is Aaron Kiwi Lyons. Aaron, how you doing, my man?
Hold on, we got Matthew Delicott for you.
All right, we got Matthew Delicott coming through. Matthew Delicott with the winning goal tonight. Great goal by Matthew. Soccer Sam here. How you doing, my brother?
Good, good.
Matthew, I tell you, man, the goal that you had there, 28th minute, the winner, great pass from Aaron Kiwi Lyons. Tell me about it.
Yeah, Kiwi's played in a great ball in behind, and, the keeper came out, which was probably better for me because that's one touch by him and then just fluffed it in. So, great ball by Kiwi, and, the keeper made my decision for me, basically.
Well, in the studios, they called you the player of the game for getting the winning goal here. And I'll tell you, your 4th goal of the season, tough road trip. Tell the fans about how difficult it was to play last night in Cary, North Carolina, 90-something degrees, humidity like you wouldn't believe, getting up at 4:30 in the morning. Talk about it.
Yeah, it was very hot yesterday. It's tough playing back-to-back, even if you're in the same place. If we have 2 games at Paytech, playing back-to-back anywhere is tough, especially when you're playing 90 minutes. So to actually do it, and we had about some guys only slept for about an hour or 2. We had a 4 a.m. wake-up call, and then traveling for 7-8 hours and trying to take a nap and get ready for the game. It's tough because you're sore, you're tired, but you just gotta, that's just how the league is. So we got to get on with it. Portland were in the same position, so we couldn't feel sorry for ourselves, and it was just a matter of overcoming it and getting to a strong start, which I thought we did.
Well, Matthew, I tell you, you came out late. Are you all right with cramping up? What happened there?
Yeah, I was cramping. A little dehydrated from played 90 minutes yesterday, and I put a lot of work in the first half. So I think when I started to make a few sprints in the second half, I was getting a cramp in my calves and hamstrings. So it's probably better to get some fresh legs on there.
Well, in the last few games, you've been playing up top with Ambo, Mike Ambersley. He went out a little earlier, too. But you guys were connecting a lot today, and Johnny Minyanga was on fire today.
Yeah, Mike scored a great goal yesterday, and he's been helped creating chances. as is Johnny, and he was unlucky not to get a goal, got one off the underside of the crossbar there. So, it's great that we got several dangerous players right now. It's tough for teams to single out anyone when several players are scoring.
Well, Matthew, what's the update on Diallo? He went back to Paris or France. Any updates on him?
I haven't heard from him. I think he's got his appointment sometime during the week. So as soon as he gets into the embassy there, he'll be heading straight home. So we're not 100% sure when that will be yet, though.
So tell us about your situation with your green card. We got Vancouver, Montreal still in the mix here. Tell us what's going on with your situation.
I've actually received called my I-131, which is like an advanced parole document to leave the country. So I can leave the country now, no problems. Came the other day, so I'm good to go to Montreal, Vancouver, anywhere else now for the rest of the season. And I have a final appointment in July, so I may even have my green card before that point. But I am able to leave the country now. So.
All right, you heard that, Rhino fans. No more keeping Matthew back. He's going to Montreal, going to Vancouver when the time comes, and that's awesome, man. And you're going to be eventually somewhat a U.S. citizen.
I might be, yeah. I'll be a permanent alien to start off with, and then maybe a citizen after that.
That's awesome. Well, hey, thank you so much. You are the Joe Giuliano player of the game for your winning goal in this 2-1 victory against the Portland Timbers.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Matthew Delicott, you saw him tonight doing this thing. It was so fantastic. All you fans out there got a chance after the game to go out there and meet and greet with the players. We're going to be right back on the Rhino Radio Network here from Rochester, New York, Paytech Park. Loving it, baby.
Welcome back to the Heineken Direct Call-In Show, also sponsored by Auction Direct. Joe Giuliano with Soccer Sam. Sam, thanks for covering for me there.
Little emergency, I understand.
I had to finish my television interview with the Fox Soccer channel. That'll air next week.
Yes, I can't wait to see it. I hope I get that channel.
I hope so, too. But thanks, Sammy, for covering. The final score tonight from Paytech Park, 2-1, Rochester over Portland. Let's go to the phone. Do we have a special guest on the line? Kenny Burtz, the central defender, the stalwart defender for the Raging Rhinos. Kenny, welcome to the post-game show.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Kenny, 2 games, 2 days. Last night, 95 degrees. Physically, how do you feel?
Oh, glad it's over. No, I feel great. I mean, obviously winning it, emotionally feels a lot better. I actually feel better tonight afterwards than last night. Obviously, last night with the weather the way it was and the humidity, it was tough. Took a lot out of us, and it was tough to battle to the end of the night. But now that we've come out, 2 games, 1 on the road, and obviously back-to-back nights, and coming out with 4 points. Now top of the league. It feels great, so it's just a good feeling.
You guys are on top of the table, 20 points, 2 points ahead of Vancouver. But, I said it during the broadcast, I don't think this team has played its best soccer yet. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think we've shown, at times tonight we showed some really good moments. I think there's certain games where we showed really good moments of some great soccer. Unfortunately, we need to put it together for a full 90 minutes. That's the thing we got to do now. We can't just have those spurts and then have it, kind of laid down. We need to have it for the full 90 minutes, and yeah, absolutely, I'll agree with that.
Well, Kenny, a lot of changes in the defense the last couple of games. Kraft's injured with a knee problem. You saw Jason Perry come in tonight. Your thoughts of the defense and then kind of not a revolving door, but a lot of changes with Palguda going outside, sometimes coming in the middle, and obviously tonight Jason Perry playing an amazing game.
Yeah, absolutely. It happens. You end up getting a lot of these games, and usually your defenders don't get hurt, and those are the guys that usually are the ones that play almost every game and don't really get subbed out. But, occasionally when you play a lot of the games that we have and, the ones that are on the road and some of these tough games, guys end up getting hurt, and we got to make adjustments. And, JP came in and did an excellent job, tremendous on his part to get the job done. And all around, overall, we put it away. A little frustrated about that we gave up that goal. I don't like giving goals away, and it really puts us under pressure when we do that. That's stuff that we're still kind of reiterating to our team. So if we can get those closed down and just keep the zeros, then we're going to be in great shape.
Hey, what about last night's game? I don't mean to backtrack here, but was it as emotional as people thought? I know Sammy and some of the people we talked to were so excited about it. You lived the game. You played in it. Was it a very emotional game?
I think, to be honest, I think it was more emotional for them than it was us. We just kind of took it as another game. I think most of the hype that's been created is coming from their front office and their program there. And, I think they're the ones that kind of brought out the real emotional standpoint. We just went down there looking for, there's another team, and we were looking for 3 points. Ended up coming out with a tie, but we got a point out of it. And, yeah, I mean, I think mostly the emotional was on their side. I mean, we just tried to answer back.
Well, Kenny, 30 seconds into the game last night, you went up for a header. Next thing I know, there's blood everywhere. What happened there?
I went up for a ball strong. The guy came in on me, kind of. I don't know. I was told beforehand from some guys that know him that he tends to get in and kind of scraps and gets a little dirty at times. I went up and protected myself as he came right at me, and he may or may not have caught an elbow. I'm not going to say one way or another, but I knew that. I told everybody. I mean, the first tackle anybody gets into, send a message. And that's what I was trying to do on that one, and I think I did. I'm not a dirty player, but I'm going to go up and protect myself. And if that guy ends up catching one, then that's his fault.
It sure was. There's no doubt about that. Well, Kenny, get some rest. You guys are shifting gears now. U.S. Open Cup on Tuesday. Does Coach give a few guys a break and take a look at some other players against the Rough Riders?
He may. We'll just have to see. Those are his decisions to be made, and we'll have to take tomorrow. It'll be a nice recovery day, and kind of get back and have a training session on Monday, and we'll see what the plan is for Tuesday. I can't say it one way or another.
Well, Kenny, great stuff anchoring the defense. Good job, and get some rest. We'll talk to you soon.
Will do. Thanks a lot, guys.
Kenny Burst, number 4, baby.
I was there during the broadcast. Don made a great point, and I have to reiterate it. His timing on head balls is just precise.
With or without the elbow, it doesn't matter. He gets
you can
the
throw
ball
it in there if you want. But yeah, his timing is excellent. And Kenny Burst had a very nice game tonight for the Raging Rhinos. Final score again is 2-1. Sammy, a tale of two games. The first 30-35 minutes, this team was playing some of the best soccer I've seen them play all year. Then I think fatigue set in, and Portland got the tying goal. The second half, I'd never seen the clock move so slow.
Yeah, it seems slow, but you're right. Jaimie Younger and Kevin Burns just looked fantastic in the middle there, just knocking the ball around. It was just beautiful soccer to watch. Aaron Lyons, that's the guy that I saw last year in preseason. Yeah. I thought he was for real. Got knocked up in the knee, and I think he's been kind of like favoring that injury the last 12 or 13 games. But tonight you saw him healthy, rested, and he's the real deal. Aaron Kiwi Lyons, Joe.
Did he have a bone to pick with his former team?
I talked about that. A lot of these guys aren't the same guys who were there, but yeah, I mean, when he came here to America, they promised him the world. They promised him a lifelong contract. We're going to bring you to America. I mean, he was set there in Germany. He was living on a French beach in Germany.
A French beach in Germany?
Yeah, there's a few of them there. But he was living there. He was on the Riviera in Germany, and then he went to Portland, and next thing you know, they didn't offer him a raise. They didn't play him some games. So the minute he found out about the Raging Rhinos, 10,000-plus games, the fans of the game, Paytech Park, Coach Callaway, Joe Giuliano, Don Stevens. He said, I'm going there.
Because of us?
Yeah.
Wow. Thanks, Aaron. Pleasure to have you here on that French Riviera in Germany. Okay.
You got to go there sometime.
Yeah, I could find it. I'll let you know how it is. Let's take a break. We're going to get a quick break in. We're going to start trivia out when we come back. The number is 346-3000 or star 1040 on the Verizon Wireless. This is the Heineken Direct Call-In Show. Also sponsored by Auction Direct. This is the Heineken Direct Call-In Show, sponsored by Auction Direct. Joe Giuliano with Soccer Sam. And Soccer Sam is going to book a trip to the French Riviera in Germany, if that's possible. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. I don't know.
It's beautiful.
It is.
Yeah.
I'll take your word on it. Trivia, folks. We are going to give away 3 4-packs. To which game, Sam?
Tuesday night. Long Island Rough Riders. I used to call them the Long Island Iced Tea. Not politically correct anymore, so I won't say it anymore. But they come in Tuesday night. We have to win that. We keep on advancing. Eventually, we play an MLS team. You never know what's going to happen. Let's 3. You're going to give away 3?
You, not me. You.
I'm getting from Matt Ford, hopefully.
I hope so. Last week, you gave away 18 4-packs, so you're going to settle it down to 3. The question tonight: the Rhinos have played the Portland Timbers 8 times. We're going to break this down into segments. How many times have they won, lost, and tied? So when you call with your answer, just say they've won so many times, or they've lost so many times, or tied so many times. We'll take one answer for win, loss, or tie. Is that clear or no?
It's very clear.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
You're a math teacher. You're good with numbers.
Phys ed, math, what's the difference?
Same thing.
Get in the line, all 7 of you.
Joe's like, get in a straight circle.
There's not a straight circle? The number is 346-3000. Star 1040 on the Verizon Wireless. Let's go to the phones and speak with Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hi, Joe.
Hello. There's another Sam in this world. Sam, how are you tonight? Ooh, that was nice. Sam, we got to call back. The number is 346-3000 or star 1040 on the Verizon Wireless. The trivia is out there, folks. three-pronged. The Rhinos have played Portland 8 times. How many times have they won, lost, and tied?
That's a great question, Joe. I don't think anyone's going to get these.
Only answer it in one segment, though. Win, loss, or tie, okay? Awesome. Al, welcome to the postgame show. How are you tonight?
Yeah, what's going on?
You tell me, brother.
That was an awesome game tonight. First time here at Tech Park. Had a wonderful time. I know
awesome
it took me a while to get there, but it was great.
So you like
my
the game
guess
tonight?
at the trivia. Are you still there?
We are still here, Al.
My guess at the trivia, I'll say 8 times. Four wins.
No, Al, that is wrong, Al, and I'm sorry you do not win this. But who is your player of the game, Al? If you had to pick one guy.
What's his name? Harrison, the goalkeeper.
Chase? What did you think, Joe? Chase tonight, Chase Harrison.
You know, I thought he played okay. I've seen him play better games. I think Aaron Lyons was, for me, my player of the game.
You still hear me?
Chase, Chase had a good game. I agree. That's a good choice, but I think Lyons gets my vote, especially since there's kind of a history between Portland and Aaron Lyons.
Great point. I'm going with Aaron Lyons. Al, anything else?
Yeah, no, I just want to make a comment. I think one thing that's lacking, I'd like to see a little bit more take place with the Rhinos is that, in previous teams, they had like a team leader, a person who stepped up to the plate, and kind of helped manage the team. I'd like to see one of these players kind of step up a little bit more and motivate the team a little bit.
Well, I think they're in a period of transition. Scotty Vello, I think, was that guy. He gets injured, everything's in an uproar. I think Kenny Burts is trying to take that role over, but it's going to take time. Scotty Vello was that guy. He gets out, and who's going to step up? I think Kenny Burts is giving it a shot right now.
Yeah, it's got to be an offensive player or a midfielder. Remember, like Steve Camp, and then you had, like they showed Miller tonight. Dougie was there. Darren Tilley. These guys, they had authority. Even Schweitzer, he played a role even though he was defense. But you got to have something with star quality come up there. You got to step up, and kind of like motivate the team and take control of the field. That's the only thing I see missing.
Well, I can tell you that Johnny Minyonger, on the road trips that I was on, he's like the quiet leader. He doesn't yell and scream on the field, but he's constantly motivating the young guys, constantly talking about plays, what they should have did after the game. He goes over it. A lot of the guys go and kind of sit down and have dinner, and Johnny just sits there and analyzes the game and talks openly about it in a group of guys and what they should have done. So he is that quiet leader, and I think that sometimes you could accomplish the same thing being quiet than you can being loud.
And one more thing, don't wait to take the shots. Take them shots quicker.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's a good point. You too, Al. That was a couple times top of the 18. Let it rip. Stop with the touches. The number is 346-3000, star 1040. Let's go to the phones. Tom has been holding for a while. Hey, Tom. Tom, are you there?
Yeah, I can barely hear you. Your connection is real bad through the phone. But if you still have trivia, the trivia wins are 6 wins.
Hey, it's just one. You get one guess. So you're going with 6 wins, right, Tom?
That's correct.
All right. So, Joe, what does he win now?
Tom, that is correct. They have beat the Portland Timbers 6 out of the 8 matches. So you got 4 tickets to the Rhinos and the Long Island Rough Riders on Tuesday night. So it's a 3-part question. So you got the first part right. 6 wins.
Okay, our connection's really, really hard to hear. I can barely hear your sound.
All right, can you hear me, Tom? Tom, hang on the line. We're going to get all your information, okay?
Okay.
All right, Tom, and you also, not only do you win the 4 tickets, but you get to cut Joe's lawn for a week. All right?
Sounds great.
Great game tonight. Thanks, Tom. I appreciate it. I want the lines cut diagonal this time. The number here is 346-3000. Verizon Wireless subscribers. It's a free call at Verizon star 1040. Let's go and we'll give Sam another shot. Sam, welcome back to the postgame show.
Hey guys hear me?
Hey Sam, I can tell you, Sam, they talked about Chase Harrison. The one save hit him in the face, his bubble gum popped out. The guy's like 15 years old in the nets. He's like a kid. Sammy, what'd you think of him?
I thought it was a nice game tonight, Sam.
It was, and did Sophie come with you? Did she enjoy it?
Oh, yeah. We enjoyed the game. Matthew worked awful hard tonight the first half. It's nice to see him out there working hard.
Sam's one of the original members of the Safari. Got the thing going years and years ago.
Safari, wow, I haven't heard about the Safari in a while.
Yeah, so I'm glad to see that you guys are still into this, Sam. It's really nice.
Well, it's nice to see the team starting to play better, and it's nice to see them work hard tonight. I'm going to take a guess of 2 wins. 2 losses.
2 losses. So they had how many wins, Joe?
6 wins out of 8 games. 2 losses is not correct.
Oh,
okay.
Sorry, Sammy.
All right, guys, have a good night. We'll see you Tuesday night.
I will see you Tuesday here, 7:30 U.S. Open Cup. The Rhinos and the Rough Riders from Long Island. Now they've dropped down to a division below the Rhinos, and some memories of them coming to Paytech Park and also going down to Mitchell Field, playing down there.
Yeah, and I have some memories of the Safari people coming on that road trip. We got eliminated in '97. In Long Island in the playoffs. I remember that like it was yesterday, man. It was awful, but a lot of the Safari members came, and Sam was a proud member of that group years ago.
Is the Safari still together?
They're quietly active. They're not as vocal as the Stampede, but they still have a picnic at the end of the year and kind of greet the players. And a lot of members do a lot of private things and help the players out, help them adjust here to Rochester. And
I hope they get more publicized and more vocal, because that was a first-class group, the Safari.
It really was, and Sam was a big member of that. And his young daughter, she was a little kid, Sophie, came to every game with him, and now I'm sure she's probably our age.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that old. Hopefully not, honey, for your luck. Trivia's still out there, folks. The Rhinos have played Portland 8 times. They've beat them 6 times. That's already been decided. Now, they've lost and tied, maybe. You let us know how many times they've lost or tied against the Portland Timbers. And you've got 4 tickets to the Rhinos and the Long Island Rough Riders on Tuesday night right here at Paytech Park as the Rhinos shift gears and go into play in the U.S. Open Cup. The lines are open, so give us a call. If you're just tuning in, the Rhinos did hold on tonight 2-1 against the Portland Timbers in the second half. Really slow pace, but again, what do you expect? Fatigue has got to be settling in for both teams.
I mean, last night Portland beat Montreal, the undefeated Montreal Impact. Right. They were spent. They left this morning at 9 o'clock to get here on time for this game. Concerned about problems at the border, so they got here on time. That was great. And the Rhinos, 4:30 in the morning, had a meet at the airport. Don Stevens said he's going to go to sleep till Tuesday.
I know, that's right. Let's not forget, too, Portland came into the game 4 games shutout soccer. 378 minutes, no one had scored against them. I think line scoring the first, what was it here? Where's my sheet, Sammy? There you go. The 4th minute in may have shocked them. They haven't given up a goal in so long. May 11th, Seattle was the last team to score against them. Maybe they didn't know how to respond after not giving up a goal for so long.
And then the Johnny Younger. I mean,
that's another one. That's right.
On the replay, when it bounced down, I mean, it doesn't make sense to me why in soccer. I'm not trying to change all the rules, but if you're going to have white lines, you can't have a white ball. You should make the ball a different color so when it comes down, it's easier for the linesman to see if it really did cross the line or not.
Or maybe just the goal line itself a different color.
Yeah, like pink,
yellow,
pink or yellow,
pink or orange.
Yeah, orange is my favorite color.
Seriously, it's not a bad idea.
Yellow used to be my favorite color.
As goofy as you are, you have some good ideas. You really do.
The shootout, though, you're jumping ship on it.
I'm not jumping ship.
Not yet.
I got 1 foot ready to jump.
All right.
1, but not jumping ship just yet. Let's calm down. I got your soccer no shootout business card here. Thanks a lot, Sam. I'll make sure to put it on the fridge when I get home. The number is 346-3000, star 1040. Let's go to the phones. Michael, good evening, and welcome to the postgame show.
I thought it was a great game tonight, and I agree with everything you guys said about the game. I mean, there were so many outstanding players. I thought I think John Ball had a great game. I mean, he played the full 90 minutes, and he's 34 years old, and did he play the full 90 last night?
Yes, he did. He played the whole game last night, too.
I remember calling you guys last year, and Sam was saying about him being a freak of nature. I mean, he is. I mean, you're not supposed to be able to play, 180 minutes of soccer on 1 hour of sleep. I mean, that's mind-boggling.
Well, and John Ball's been playing indoor for years and years, and that's kind of how the schedule is. You play Saturday night, Friday night, Saturday night, all over. You go from California to Chicago, back and forth. So, but he is a freak of nature. He's a health nut.
Right.
He just eats yogurt and nuts, and he's just really healthy. Remember Yul Gibbons, Joe? He was a health nut. Remember him?
Yul Gibbons?
Yul Gibbons. He was like the healthiest guy in the world. You know how he died?
Huh.
Natural cause. He had everything natural.
That's right.
Oh, Michael, I got a freak of nature next to me here tonight.
Who was it? Was it one of the players? Was it Bert said, or somebody said about this team really hasn't played? I mean, it's good that they're in first place, but yet. Was it Bert said they haven't played their best soccer yet? I mean, in terms of like, putting it all together for like the full 90.
Yeah, he said that, and and it's funny because the Rhinos are in first place with 20 points. They definitely have not played their best soccer yet, and out of 13 games, 10 of those were away. So if they got a huge homestand, Michael, they could be very dangerous as the season goes on.
I love that combination of Deli and Ambo up front. I mean, they just feed off each other and. I thought Younger had another great game. I just wish he'd shoot the ball a little bit faster sometimes.
Yeah, I think he's one of those guys. He tries to not be selfish, and he has a chance to shoot. So let me just pass it and not take all the glory here. And you're right. He just has to shoot. But we'll see what happens here.
He had that one stretch there where he was on the far side, did a little spin move. That had goal of the week, maybe even goal of the year written on it. I was like, it's coming, it's coming. And he just couldn't get the shot off, like Michael said. Maybe a little sooner to pull the trigger. That was goal of the week stuff.
I also thought that Aaron Lyons had his best game as a Rhino. I was really impressed with him tonight.
That's the Kiwi Lions that I remember, that he could play that way. Just when he's been injured. And I know a lot of these players, because of the depth of our roster, try to hide it sometimes, but I saw tonight what I saw last year in preseason. He's the real deal. He could play in the middle. He could play outside. He just works up and down. Great touch on the ball. He's a world-class player. We're lucky to have him.
I was excited when we signed him, and I was thinking, wow, what a great signing.
Big find for the Rhinos. Michael, you want to take a shot at the trivia?
Yeah, it's one loss.
One loss, that is correct. So 6 wins, 1 loss. We're not even going to say what the other one is. If somebody wants to get a freebie, it can come up. Yep, 1 loss. They've got 1 loss all time against the Portland Timbers. So, Michael, you've got 4 tickets to the game on Tuesday. Congrats.
Oh, great. Thank you.
Stay on the line. Our producer, Allison, will get your information.
Okay.
Tickets will be at Will Call, okay?
All right. I love this show. You guys are
Michael, we love the call. Please keep it coming. It's open door for you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Thanks.
Thank you. So we got 4 more out there. We're not going to say how many games they played.
No.
Maybe people didn't listen.
That's right.
So right now they have 6 wins,
1 loss.
1 loss. And then we got to figure out how many ties.
If there's any ties.
Yeah. See, now if there was a shootout, there wouldn't be any ties. That's why you need the shootout.
So you want to take a whole category and eliminate it from the history of soccer.
But I would keep the point system different. It'd be 3 for a win, 2 for a shootout win, and one for a shootout loss.
So 3 for a straight win. 2 for a shootout win. 1. So you split the points, though.
Yeah.
Well, not split the points.
Yeah.
You come away with points.
You come away with 1 point when you lose in a shootout. So at least you get something out of it.
That's cute.
Yeah.
That's cute. I like that. That's cute. That's see, again, that foot's getting ready to jump in, Sam. I think I might come on your side. I hate to say it, but I might be. Let's go back to the phones. The number is 346-3000. And let's speak with Ryan. Hello, Ryan. How are you tonight?
How you doing, guys?
Good. Thanks for calling.
Can I finish off the trivia?
The Rhinos have defeated Portland all-time 6 times. They've lost once, and they've tied.
I'm going to say they tied 1 time.
What a genius! Out of 8 games, this kid is good.
You had a big 4-year college education. That's right, paying off for you. Yeah, 6-1-1.
Good game.
Tonight's game?
Yeah, I think we played well. Great start. It could have finished a little better, but we'll take the win, huh?
Right, if you had to pick a player of the game, who would that be?
Definitely Kiwi Lions with a goal and assist. Can't beat that, huh?
Yeah, I agree with you. And what about if you had to pick a defensive player of the game? I mean, it was kind of weird back there tonight.
I'll go with Jason Perry because he's not playing his usual position. He played good on the outside.
He is so quick for a big man.
Yeah, I thought some speed issues would be there, but he kept his pace. Were you at the game, or did you watch it on TV tonight?
I watched it on TV.
Yeah, Perry did a great job playing on the outside, and I'm telling you, Sammy, I hate to say Burt's and these other guys, but I think Perry is one of the best defenders if he's healthy.
Yeah, definitely a great defender.
Yeah, he is. He's just unfortunately injury prone. He gets hurt a lot, and I was glad to see him go the whole 90 tonight.
Almost,
that's right. He came out
late. Burt's, so where is he? You just saw it, Sam.
Yeah, I think it was like
86 minutes.
86, but I don't think he was hurt. I think there was a tactic to eat up the clock. You know what they do like in soccer because they don't have like the real clock guy down there like they should. That's my next thing.
Oh, here we go. That's your next crusade.
Yeah.
Why don't you work on hunger and homelessness? the clock on the field. Ryan, stay on the line. Our producer will get your information. You got 4 tickets to the Rhinos and the Rough Riders. Congratulations and thank you for the call tonight.
Bye-bye.
Great call from Ryan. And the Rhinos again 6-1-1 all time against the Portland Timbers.
So coming up, Joe, is Tuesday night Open Cup. We know
night, yes.
Steve Jolly, former Metro star at the time,
hard-nosed
player. Just kind of, what happens in MLS, unfortunately, when guys move up the ladder and you get to a certain point where you're making that $100,000, they just knock you right out of there. Say, sorry, we don't need you anymore. And that's bad for the fans, and it's unfortunate. So he decided to go to work in the New York area, Long Island area, and boom, he's still playing soccer. So I think he can still play the game. Yeah, he's probably not practicing 6 days a week or 5 days a week, but I think he still has the ability to play at that level. And then Jordan Chilla, another great.
He's still a young guy, isn't he, though?
Yeah, he was like in the national team pool and everything played. And so there's 2 guys that the fans have to come out and see. And I don't think this is going to be a walk for the Rhinos. It's going to be a tough game.
And we'll see if there's any fatigue issues that come into mind for the Rhinos on Tuesday against the Rough Riders. We're going to take one more break here. You are listening to the Heineken Direct Call-In Show, also sponsored by Auction Direct. The final segment of the Heineken Direct Call-In Show, sponsored by Auction Direct. Joe Giuliano with Soccer Sammy. Final score tonight, Rochester 2, Portland 1. Got a couple other updates. Seattle was at Atlanta, a 0-0 draw there. Sammy, check this one out. Puerto Rico at Miami, 4-1. Puerto Rico over Miami.
They're an offensive-minded team, and that's a huge victory. In Miami, I think that game was, and that's big. Puerto Rico did the 2-game thing, and they tied the other night, I believe, 2-2 in Miami. So then tonight, that's a lot of goals from 6 goals for Puerto Rico in 2 games, and it's awful for Miami to give up six goals in 2 games.
And there was one other game they're kicking off now. Minnesota is at California, West Coast, so it's a delayed start there. Final scores in Major League Soccer: Chivas USA 1-0 over Chicago, and Dallas 3-1 over LA. Sammy, tomorrow, Red Bulls at DC United. I'm excited for my boy Juan Pablo Angel and Bruce Arena going back to D.C. That's a big game, too.
That's a huge game. I can't wait to watch that tomorrow. But, Joe, Tuesday night. Well, first of all, we know that here on YSL on Monday night there's the soccer show.
Soccer's a kick in the grass.
The longest-running and oldest soccer show in America. Joe Sirianni. The guy's been around a long time. He's been around, what did you say that? The guy's been around soccer before there even was soccer. But Joe's a great man, and he's got Andrew helping him out and Bruno Snyder. But then on Tuesday night, is my favorite soccer show on this channel.
Soccer Report. And actually, we're going to be doing 6:30 to 7:30, so we're going to be doing an hour, basically, of pregame show for the Rhinos, and then Don Stevens and I will take it over for the broadcast.
That is fantastic. I can't wait. And then you got the big game there. And then the next home game for the Rhinos, league play, is Sunday against the Charleston Battery, where Ian Fuller, another ex-Rhino, comes in town, and it's Coach Callaway's birthday. So all you fans out there, bring a nice gift. 3 Rolexes, one for him, one for you, one for I.
That sounds good to me.
Some gold, jewelry, cars. I mean, the guy, let's face it, last year he got us into the championship game. And this year he's doing a fantastic job with a lot of these young players. I can see this starting to happen. Aaron Lyons is becoming a star. Kevin Burns, the fans are starting to fall in love with.
Liking him a lot.
And Johnny Mean Younger, Delhi. I mean, we go on. We had Bert's on tonight. The whole thing. And once Vallow comes back, this stadium is going to erupt. He's like 4 weeks out. I talked to his dad tonight. Cast is off. Scotty Vale's ready to rock and roll. So I'll tell you, you got Sunday night, Charleston Battery. Bring the coach as many gifts as you can. It's his birthday.
That's the 17th. Now look at this stretch of games the Rhinos have coming up. June 17th, Charleston is in town. June 22nd, California. June 29th, Atlanta. July 3rd, Seattle. July 6th, Carolina. You know what I like about this schedule, though, Sammy? There's separation in between the games.
Little break. Get to see better quality soccer.
Exactly. I think this team is going to click with some time off. You've got a week off from the California to Atlanta game. And if the Rhinos can do well in these next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 home games that they have coming up, really get some points between them and Vancouver and Montreal, can they run away with this thing? It's possible.
I think they will. After seeing Montreal last night losing to this Portland Timber team, Montreal can't score right now.
They're
struggling.
They're struggling.
They're in trouble. And let's face it, Vancouver lost to California. You and I saw California play. That is a bad team. And Vancouver losing them, we could run with this thing. We could just take off here. This is it.
It's possible, Sammy. So we are at first place right now. 5 wins, 3 losses, 5 ties. Rhinos have scored 17 goals this year and given up 15, but 20 points is the big thing there. But the Rhinos again have played 13 games. That's the most played in the USL First Division. I'm not concerned about that, though, because of the number of home games we have coming up.
I can't wait, Joe. Hey, listen, Tuesday night, I'll be listening to you from 6:30, 7:30, and then we're going to do a post-game, I hope.
You'll be on and helping me Tuesday night, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, thank you for the
You're
invite.
invited.
I'm out, baby.
All right, Soccer Sam, great job tonight on the radio, on the TV, all over the place here at Paytech Park. We'll talk to you Tuesday night on the Soccer Report and also on Rhino Soccer here on WYSL. Well, we're going to wrap this up tonight. The Rhinos defeating Portland 2-1, and with the win, sole possession of first place in the USL First Division. Hopefully this run continues. The Rhinos are playing some good soccer, much better soccer yet to come from the club. We'll wrap it up here from Paytech Park. For Don Stevens, Soccer Sam, our great producer Allison, I am Joe Giuliano saying ciao for now, and thank you for listening to the Heineken Direct Call-In Show.